everyone,
Well,
it's me, Bugboy1014, and I am joining with the rest of the crew. You might notice a few people are missing. There's a lot of people that are either sick or stuck in parties right now. So, and against their will, I might add.
Stuck in parties against their wills. That's always the odd one for me.
Yes, incredibly odd, I know. Because, okay, Stortu is conscripted to be part of his nephew's 8-month-old party. Oh, I have alert command now, by the way. I actually wrote my own custom message.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Bless you.
It's too loud.
Right,
You're not-
I forgot Low Cry voice mod.
Yeah,
I was
you're
like,
not
wait,
loud,
wait,
you're just
it's-
high pitched.
Okay, I'll tone the pitch down a little bit.
Okay. Either way,
I thought you said Kayana couldn't be here as of now.
Kayana
So,
cannot be
is-
here. I was about to get to her. So, Sortu is conscripted into an 8-month-old party right now. Because his parents are dragging him there.
Whatever.
Fox has the entire party event going on at his house right now. So while he could technically text, he cannot voice, and he doesn't want to do his character if he can't do voice. So,
Cool, I already do that.
and that one's because they brought it to his house, and he has no ability to get any sort of private call without just having a bunch of noise in the background.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then my significant other, she was fine up until this morning when she woke up very, very sick. I'll spare the YouTube the details, but yeah, she woke up incredibly sick. So yeah, she won't be available here either. So it's just us five. And Shade, though Shade isn't actually here, he's just listening.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back now because hi.
I just finished my intro explaining why we have such a small group right now.
Perfect. I just finished my intro. It took me quite a bit to realize. Wait a second. This intro is supposed to be for YouTube, not for Twitch.
Yeah. Also, you did miss me saying I have alert command now.
Oh yeah.
I even wrote a custom message. Okay. I realized I forgot to do something, but whatever, we'll do it live. So, Zokurai, Clockworth,
Yes.
Jaden, and Hoonery. Your characters, you've all gotten nice rest, and you all decide to go check in on Cathanglis and Toshio. Who are currently in, because does that make sense?
Yes.
Alright.
You would have added one. I have a couple things to ask, but you know.
Hoonery and Clockworth both have questions for Toshio. Jaden wants more information about the quests that they have to go on, because he's really itching to go fight those mimics. And Zokurai just is along for the ride because he has nowhere else to be right now. And he wants to go hang out with Cathanglis because he likes Cathanglis.
Yep.
So as you all walk into the throne room, you see that there's nothing going on currently. There's actually no one in the room, though you hear chatter from the back room from what you identify as the alchemy. What do all of you do? You're currently in the throne room of Toshio.
Hooner would approach and put an ear to the door.
I guess a little bit of a recap. What did all of you do over the course of the 12 hours?
Read a book. Read a book.
Read a book.
Read a book.
I'm just gonna say I had read Scout and then go to the library. Sort of it.
And I assume all of you took a long rest?
Yes, I'll be going over my spells and evolutions for that long rest in just a moment.
Alright. Surtur, you're going to say something?
Yes, I said you guys did stuff.
Ah, yeah, it's just small things. Mostly there was not that much time, so it's like what would Clocksworth have done for 4 hours in a magical city he's never been in before?
Yeah.
I figure you probably just wandered around the city for 4 hours.
Yeah, I probably I wanted to before we took a long rest try to do something with a glyph of warding, but
Oh, before you took a look. I was not aware.
yes, that's why I asked about it in between sessions.
Oh, my bad. I was not aware, though.
So I was surprised when you said, "Oh, we can wait until next Saturday," because I'm like, well, I wanted to ask if it was fine to put a glyph of warding inside of her house for we.
Ah, see, here's the thing. I thought it was the general consensus that all of you, right after that session, were just going to take a long rest immediately. So I was under the assumption that, oh, hey, no, all of the downtime stuff would be in the 4 hours after the long rest, not the 4 hours before the long rest.
I mean, I'm an elf. I only need 4 hours for a long rest, so.
It'd be true. Honestly true.
My bad, Surtur.
Well.
So, whatever you did, let's say that you probably explored around for 8 hours and maybe got into a small fight, but beyond that, I
Why,
say
yeah.
small fight because, come on, this is a big city. You can get mugged in a big city.
As proven before.
Yeah, but given Clocksworth is actually not that weak, I figure he could handle a few thugs by himself without any sort of problem. So we're basically just gonna hand wave that and just say that happened.
I can imagine. Okay, I picture the same thing with Hoonery. It's like, you know, tiny owl. Mug tiny owl. No, owl will kick your butt.
Tiny Owl riding big dragon.
I don't
Anyway.
think anyone would mess up with
I think
dragon.
I think no bandit or thug would want to try and mess with our party, like anyone in our party.
Oh my god, I just realized.
Dude.
Oh, well, that's why I
He's a-
only said the Clocksworth, because of the fact that he wandered off on his own. And if
Right.
it's a singular person, they're more likely to mess with them.
Right.
Especially in a city full of hotshot magic users that think they're all that.
Oh.
Anyway. So, all of you are in the throne room, and there's the alchemy lab. You go investigate, or do you just leave them be? You do hear voices from it. Sounds like it's Cathangus and Toshio.
I'm just gonna walk in.
Well, Hooner would try to go put an ear. Hooner would like go put an ear to the door, and then Zokrai would, you know, open the door, and Hooner would fall over.
And I kick the door in.
As that happens, Zokurai, you see a very familiar man in a in a bronze and brown coat, standing there with a big gate, seemingly. And when I mean gate, I mean it's a big portal, seemingly, to somewhere else. And he's just kind of picking up Toshio and Cathanglith and walking them through this portal. And they're seemingly okay with this. And he has his back to you, so you don't see him. Sorry, he has his back to you, so he doesn't see you, but he's just walking them through the portal. How do you all react? None of you recognize this individual except for Zokor.
To be honest, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, alright, I mean, not totally kidnapping, so I'm just gonna let this happen.
Hooner would be like, what? What?
And as you say that, he would turn around. He still has the thing covering his face, so you can't quite see his expression. But he would just mutter out something about, no time to explain, and time is money, and he would just leave through the portal. So, Cathanglis is now MIA. And you're now alone in the alchemy room. How are you going to explain this to the guards?
Add a guild leader with them for important matters, probably.
Yeah. Claire would be like, who the heck was that?
A guild leader.
Okay.
Jaden, while you do recognize it as one of the leaders of one of the factions, he was using magics you've never heard of before.
Oh, okay.
As it
Jay.
wasn't teleportation circle.
Jaden goes to one of the books to read about, like a book that's like explains magic stuff, and tries to like flip through it to see if like there's anything that could explain possible magic like that.
Make an investigation or arcana check. See if you can find anything.
Let me see. It's Arcana. Let's see what's better.
Alright, I can have 3.
By the way, a lot of this is going to be theater of the mind because I don't have maps.
24 for investigation.
Okay, I was wondering if I was bugging and I was not on the right map.
No, we're just going to be on the city map this entire time.
Okay.
Well, unless we jump into where we have to fight the
Yeah.
where we begin to fight and stuff.
For the I'm only going to worry about maps majorly when combat happens, but for the most part, outside of combat, I won't worry about it that much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're able to find a few books talking about higher level magics that you don't have access to and know very little about, but you've heard of some of them. Though the information seems sketchy at best. Because it's not necessarily from a reputable author, though from what you have been able to glean, he was using some form of high-level teleportation.
This is the luminescent leader, right?
You don't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I know all the faction leaders.
You know it is a faction leader, but you didn't get a good enough look at him to know which one.
Okay. Question: are they humanoid in nature?
All the faction leaders are.
All right.
it's like, yeah, let me, nope.
The most inhuman is the Minotaur.
That I know that. Well, I mean, it's like, are they closely related to like human, like by size and by like stature?
Yes. I can say yes.
Okay. So he's either the half orc or the human then. Okay, cool.
Is there anything about that could be the spell that Cathanglis has encountered twice, or that we know that Cathanglis has encountered twice? The one that is spying on him, basically.
Oh, you mean scrying?
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know the name of the spell.
Yeah, there is not Aboleth guild leaders, Lord Shade. Don't worry about that.
He did make a mention about money, correct?
He said, he said, and I quote, there is no time to explain, and time is money.
Jaden's like,
And he also pulled out a golden pocket watch when he said that too, and clicked it as he left the portal.
Jaden already knows who that is, and he's kind of like, he's very skeptical now.
Hey, wait. He pulled out a pocket watch.
Yes, a pocket watch, and when he clicked it, the gate closed.
Okay.
Oh, it has that.
Okay.
Everyone would probably see a face of like Jaden being a bit surprised, but also having a face of, yeah, he knows this guy. He knows who this person is as well.
Well, I figured that while Jaden's doing all this research, what is everyone else doing?
Uh, go
That
on.
is still looking for a book of lesser devils. That's what he's still looking for.
What are you looking for, Zokwe?
Information on book of lesser devils.
Oh, um, make an investigation or arcana check.
You then. Hope to God my investigation roll is gonna be nice to me today. And guidance. That's the thing. Okay. Oh, okay.
Wow,
Okay.
investigation's getting rolled very high, it seems.
You are able to find bubkis about anything referring to demons or devils.
Wait, really?
There is no book here referring to anything about the abyss or the hells.
That's weird, especially in a place of magic.
Well, this
Okay.
is an alchemy lab.
Here, I meant like the library. I
No,
told you we
we're
went.
currently in the alchemy lab. This is still the situation where they disappeared. We're
Yeah.
still in that area.
Ow. Ow.
Jaden was looking through books in the alchemy lab.
Yeah.
Using special.
Yes.
Okay.
No. We were specifying.
You were specifying, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and
I mean, to be fair,
though.
though, Zokurai, you can teleport, can't you?
Yes.
You could probably have teleported to the library and done it.
So let me get
Okay.
this straight. Zokurai sees it's happening, and just like, okay, cool, teleports to the library.
And then,
It's like,
And
okay,
Jaden-
peace.
by the way, Jaden would make a comment because I actually can connect the dots if it's fine if I actually can make it sound like it's even if he doesn't know, I want to make it like roll like he's taking a guess at it.
Okay. Alright.
He's gonna be like, I'm curious on why Burette has something of that innate magic now.
Okay. So, Zokurai, you went to the library, and from your research, because I'm just going to take the 21. From your research, you do find that the library does own some books of magical knowledge. If you would like to take a further arcana check, you can look through the books of magical knowledge to see if there's one for the spell that you want.
Okay.
Huneri, Surtur, neither of you have any idea who Burette is, by the way, as far as I understand.
Yep. You are correct.
He didn't say the
And-
full name, he just said the first name specifically.
All
Look
of
at
you,
that name.
all of you noticed, by the way, that Dracul is nowhere to be seen, and neither is Sortu.
First thing Jaden's gonna think about is, Sortu's connected to Jaden. Jaden's connected to Silvestro. First thing Jaden does is ask Silvestro what he did with Sortu.
Before that, we'll get to Zokurai. So, Zokurai, you're asking a question?
Can I apply help to this?
Yeah, sure. You Arcana.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you ask Silvestro, and I'll type what Silvestro responds. Actually, no. Silvestro says, send Sortu out on some errands for me to run. Some things to pick up for my horde.
Jaden kind of like stands up a bit. Like, you give out errands?
When I need it.
What about errands?
Jaden's the only one that heard Silvestro, so...
Yeah, I know that. I know that. That's why Hunter is like, what about errands? Because I'm assuming Jaden is speaking out loud.
Yeah, he is. He speaks out loud because he doesn't realize this. He's like, Oh, right, you don't hear him. Yeah, you don't need to worry about Sortu. He's running errands for Sylvester for some reason.
Okay, Karstoka, stop going through the books!
What?
Karstoka is, looking through the alchemy lab.
Okay, and you mentioned
Library.
something about eating books or something?
Stop going through the books.
Ah, okay, I thought you said stop eating the books. I was like, wait, what? That's Raiju, not Ahsoka.
I wouldn't be surprised. You would.
Make an investigation check for Karsoka. Also, while that happens, Zokurai, you are able to find that there is a book of summon lesser devils in the library, though it will not be free to read.
How bad is the pay? How much? Borrowing it.
If you want to borrow it, attune to it, and then read it, it is going to be.
Screw you, Dice. Screw you.
Did you add guidance?
No, there's no guidance, because I figured this skill would be without guidance.
There.
Oh,
Karsoka gets too distracted and just finds a book on pie.
Meanwhile, that nat 20 sitting there, looking pretty, just mocking me!
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
ah.
Okay, so that'd be a rare book, which rare items are that much, so 5 times cheaper.
Wait, quick question. Theoretically, bug.
Yes.
What's summon Fae? Would that allow me to be able to summon, one sec. Let's go up. Would that be
Fae?
able for me to summon Jessica for sec?
It
But
does not necessarily let you summon specific Fae, just Fae in general. I mean, if you're trying to summon specifically named Fae, that is not within the purview of the spell. You know what I mean?
Wait, summon Fae. Oh god, wait.
Anyway, so Zokurai, it would cost you. Let's see. So uncommon is 50. Rare is no, common is 50. Uncommon is 500. Rare is 5,000. So it costs you 1,000 gold pieces to read.
Jesus. I mean, to be fair, to me that's not a lot. For the average person, that's a hefty price.
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags over here.
Hey, I'm still very frugal, okay?
Actually, sorry, it was 500 gold pieces, not 1,000.
Oh. Still pretty high, but not as
Yeah.
high as I thought.
I forgot it's 1/10 the price, not 1/5 the price for reading it.
Okay, then
Hmm.
I'll rent it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the price for that. Do you teleport back to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I don't have anything better to really think of.
Okay, so as you teleport back, you see Karsoka face first in a book of pie.
Ahsoka, why did you get into the pie? Pie!
I like how this is just a running character trait.
I'm putting that in his, in the public bio now, is pie. You're welcome.
Oh, God.
I like to think that, okay, make a persuasion roll for Karsoka.
Oh, God, don't you dare.
Alright,
He
Karsoka's
magically turns the book into pie.
Persuasion,
Don't think
you
that's what a
say?
perception check does.
And this is after the long rest, correct?
Yeah, this is after the long rest.
Alright, I'm just making sure, because, he doesn't have a durable on right now. Persuasion right there.
This is for a very specific thing. Oh, hey, there's the nat 20.
Yes. Hey there. Thank you, Nat 20.
Okay, so as he says pie, you just see that Silvestro's able to hear him, and Silvestro just waves his finger and summons an apple pie in front of Karsoka.
Karsoka takes it, goes to eat it,
Yep.
moves
So
out of the room, then eats it.
I like to imagine he eats it, metal tin and all.
I mean, it had a good source of iron.
Sprinkles is now jealous of what's his name again? He's jealous of Karsoka.
Karsoka.
Yeah. So that was what the persuasion roll was for, by the way, to see if Karsoka persuaded Silvestro to give him pie.
I knew it. Oh.
Quick question. Does Karsoka know Sylvan?
I don't think. Wait, let me check Karsoka's languages. Yes, Karsoka does know Sylvan.
Wait, what?
Okay. What? So Sprinkles is probably just cussing him out of anger because Sprinkles wanted a piece of the apple pie.
Is Sprinkles even here?
Yes.
Good question. Is Sprinkles even here?
I mean, Jaden's sister does stay in the castle and all that.
But also, Diana isn't here to voice Jaden's sister.
Right, that's an issue.
I mean, Sprinkles can still fly around. It doesn't mean that Sprinkles is always around.
Fair.
Alex.
So Sprinkles is doing that, yeah. What will you do then?
Well, I guess, but with lack of option, I'd ask Jaden if he knows anything about basically the scrying spell, because I want to be sure that I don't mess it up, because I never saw one.
Well, it's the way the scrying spell works. It's mostly used to collect information or to or to keep an eye on someone. It's usually done for reconnaissance purposes, but if someone is using it to keep or collect information on us or on one of you, it's usually for possible malicious intent or for information gathering.
Does the thing that people dispel from it have any special property? I would have asked Oshio because she's the one that dispelled it, but it's hard to ask her now.
A simple dispel magic works just fine, but it also matters on how strong the scrying spell itself is.
I will note, by the way, it doesn't just take Dispel Magic, it also takes Dispel Magic plus a DC 15 Arcana check.
Yeah. Unless, and also if you have True Sight, you just automatically see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have Blind Sight, you can possibly see it, depending on how the Blind Sight works.
Blind Sight does not allow you to see magical effects, but essentially Blind Sight is kind of like Tremor Sense, but very different.
But not Tremor Sense. So you can see anything that's invisible, but not things that are...
You can't see anything invisible. You can see things invisible, but if something is magically invisible, Blind Sight wouldn't work there unless they have True Sight.
Maybe.
I believe Blind Sight works on magical invisibility, yes.
Does it? Oh, okay.
The only stated thing about Blind Sight is that it doesn't work if you're in an area where you cannot hear.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, Blind Sight. That's how I meant. Yeah, Blind
Right,
Sight.
which is why Blind Sight won't let you see a scrying sensor, because it doesn't have actually a physical presence, and it basically is using. From what I understand, Blind Sight is basically sort of echolocation mixed with what Daredevil does.
Yeah. Or another good way to, well, no, this is more Tremor Sense. I was about to say Toph is also a good example of someone with Blind Sight. But Toph has Tremor Sense.
Toph is not Blind Sight. That's straight up Tremor Sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's the main entire gimmick of blindsight is you can hear your target. So if they're invisible, you'd be able to hear them come running past you, unless they have some way to silence their footsteps.
Right. Basically, blindsight is the whole thing of like your sense of smell, hearing, and touch is enhanced to the point where you can tell that they're there even though you can't see them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is why there's a fighting style that gives you 10 feet of it.
Yeah.
Alright,
Because
so
I remember that. Because I remember someone told me that you made a mistake off of blindsight, and I had to like explain to them the correction of it.
Yeah, which reminds me, Kersoken can actually have an evolution where he has 10 feet of blind sight.
Oh, that is going to be very helpful.
Yes, you have to tell me ahead of time to prep it.
So, blindsight will not see a scrying sensor, and I did make a mistake about that before, where I had blindsight
Yeah.
seeing a scrying sensor.
Yeah.
Anyways. Back to conversation. Who would say like, I don't think it would be my mom.
I will say though, detect magic can let you see a scrying sensor.
Yes, because you are detecting magical senses, so anything that's magical you can see.
Right. Would you tell Surtur about that?
Yeah, he would. Jane would point out there are other things that can also help you detect it. You don't entirely need a form of arcanic knowledge to be able to know when a scrying sensor is around. You can also use the things like detect magic or other things like what Sylvester did for me, granted me true sight, which makes me able to physically see any form of magic within 40 feet.
Mm.
As well as everything else.
Yeah.
8 say.
Yeah, because I figured that thought about that when I was asleep. But I figured I could probably use that glyph of warding spell that I got from one of the books in the carriage and try to dispel a scrying sensor, but not sure what condition to put on it.
Well, this, if I can remember correctly, dispel magic it focuses on an area, right? Or does it focus on a specific spell? Or
Doesn't
specific...
matter. You can make the scrying sensor trigger if a you can make the glyph of warding trigger if a scrying sensor enters a certain region, and then automatically cast dispel magic at that sensor.
Okay, yeah. Jane would then.
Yeah.
You can do that where you essentially set up your glyph of warding to where if it detects a scrying sensor, it will automatically dispel that said scrying sensor.
And Jaden, you do remember that glyph of warding is one of the more interesting exceptions because it seemingly does not rely on any sensor sight whatsoever. It just somehow knows magically.
Yeah. I was surprised when I saw it. It seemed like it was just lacking something. So the first time that I saw it, I'm like, "Can I even do that?" I'm not sure how it would know, but feel it. It seems like it just would.
Yeah.
It's one of those
Yeah,
classic cases of they don't explain it; it just kind of happens.
Yeah. Well, enough worry about the scrying sensor and things. Right now, we need to focus on these quests that we have. And honestly, I want to actually get an opinion on all of you because I honestly think we should do the mimics first, so we can just take care of that.
I'm looking at you, Magic Mouse Gaming PC. That's a whole other subject.
I mean, the one thing I was gonna talk about the scrying sensor. So, where did we see the scrying sensor before? Like we saw it around us, and then where else? And where was that it?
There
so-
was that time after the fight with the
Basilisks.
Yep,
and
that's the
there
one
was-
time I remember.
And there was last
and,
session. There was one inside of Toshio's home that she did.
I know, but I'm asking in character.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, Jay.
I'm
would
asking
probably
if we
point-
saw the second scrying sensor.
Which none of you did,
Um,
because, well, actually,
I
Did
was
any
there
of
in the
you
room
have-
when she dispelled it.
sorry, go ahead.
I was there in the room when she dispelled it, so
Yeah, Jaden was also there when she was dispelling it.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, they were both there at the time.
Yeah,
So,
Jaden would.
But
Yes.
yeah, there was another one yesterday when you were at the library. So she
Hmm.
dispelled it, which is why I wanted to ask her about it.
I'm just trying to figure out, is it on just us in general, or specifically one person?
Seems to be on
Seems to think
Castanglis.
that it's specifically targeting him. I don't know why, but he seems pretty confident on.
Well, it's like, as if we could know, it's like, I wish we could know who it is and such, that way, and such. Otherwise, I'm very unsure about having him in private conversations with
Alright.
sensitive knowledge.
Yes,
Zokai,
that is.
you remember something that you were told about last night.
Oh, yes, I gotta remember it. More confidence. But, yes, which... Oh, that thing! That thing. Oh, there's a few things. But I'm assuming the last thing you mentioned that I learned, right?
I'm talking about, yeah, the thing I DM'd you about not too long.
Alright.
Do you tell them about it?
Can I ask Aiden to... This is such a weird thing. Can I ask Jaden to check the room? I guess Vestro. Check the room really quickly.
You can ask. Go ahead and ask them.
Yeah. Jaden
Hey.
will ask. Yeah. Sylvester, do you mind granting me your true sight so I could see if there's any possible scrying sense in the room?
Sylvester responds with, Zoki, that's my mark.
Jaden just kind of like. Wait, does Zokurai have Sylvester's mark?
No,
No.
he's telling me to touch your... the back of
Okay,
your
yeah.
diamond.
Jaden's like, okay, he's gonna take his like shirt off to like go and show like where his mark is, which is set between his
Shoulder blade.
shoulder blades.
And Sakurai would grab back of his neck and shoulder blades. So,
You're getting a little bit cut off with your microphone.
Yeah.
he would press on his shoulder blades hard. So,
Okay. And as that happens, Sylvestro would extend his true sight to Jaden and Zokurai, and you're able to see many things around you. You're able to see the fact that, like, because you're not only able to see the environment around you, you're also able to see all of the magics in everything around you, including what looks like outlines of crystals in the walls, but you do not see any sensors around the way that Jaden remembered that looking. Because it looked like a bright,
Yeah.
shining sphere with this sight. But you don't see any of them. But you do see lots of strange things that were hidden before.
do I see fingers? Finally. I'm curious.
Couldn't hear your question.
Do I finally see the Twingas?
There is two Taringas currently in the room. One is hidden inside of the alchemy station itself, and the other one is hidden inside the glass of the window.
Why don't I laugh at that?
I'm just imagining that Chewinga is basically just doing that thing a lot of cartoon characters do, so they just have their entire body and face just slapped up against the window.
Well, not quite, because they're not leaning against the window. They're literally inside the glass of the window.
Of course they are.
So it's more, I think more like the cheesy Superman movies where you're trapped in the Phantom Zone.
Yes.
Okay. Then, I'm pretty much done using True Sight. I take my hand off them.
Jade,
as
put
you-
your shirt back on.
And as you do, everything seems to become darker as it fades back to its normal color. And you notice that everything looks a lot more vibrant while you had True Sight on than it normally does. It seems that a lot of the life of this city is hidden within the magic in it.
Interesting.
So anything?
Oh, no. Not from what I can see, there wasn't anything suspicious. New? Yes, but weird? No.
It's a magic city made of weird marbles floating. There's bound to be magical secrets hidden within the foundations.
Welcome to my home. Jaden just adds on to that.
I'm not jealous of you.
Honestly, you shouldn't be.
I will say, Zokurai, something suddenly does click in your head. Those crystals and the giant green crystals that you see outside sometimes, you do recognize them
those-
from somewhere.
Oh, I say this.
Hunari, you also now remember. Both of you and Zokurai.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I think we're on the same wavelength here.
Yep.
Okay. Then I just
There
will-
is signs in the city saying "Don't touch the crystals."
I suddenly hate every crystal in the city that is green. Okay.
Jaden,
Me
do
me
you
as a
say that out
player is
loud,
still
by
trying
the
to
way?
figure it out.
Sorry, go ahead, Hunari.
Sorry.
Me as a player is like, I forget what this is. Me as a character does remember this.
Zokurai, did you say that crystal thing out loud?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Ye-
Jaden, you heard him say, "I suddenly hate every green crystal in the city."
Jaden just looks at him.
Oh,
Just
shit.
chuckles to himself.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Now
Wait,
you
wait,
get
he,
it.
Jay just looks at him confused.
Kunari
Like,
has a look of
okay.
annoyance on his face.
Jaden, you do know well aware that those green crystals aren't exactly safe to be around, but they're also one of the most potent sources of magic in all of Guardiana.
Yeah, Jada doesn't hate him for saying that because, well, they are quite dangerous. And Jane also isn't really comfortable with it, but doesn't outright hate them. So he just looks at Zokurai confused and just shrugs. They are dangerous.
Clockworth, you were not there for that event, and also you have no idea what these crystals do, so you just here. You just here.
Kunari would probably go on a tangent about like these crystals. I almost had one in my possession. But
Oh,
no, some criminals had to go and steal them, and they got away, and it's.
Wait, criminals?
Well,
If
it's,
I
it's a long story.
long story
Okay, no,
short,
if
Bush
criminals
Knox
are
fell into
trying
the
to steal
sewers.
this shit, we're going to have to try and stop them.
This was over back when we first met.
Oh, I see. Well, the next time we should possibly maybe know what they look like. If we see them, we could try and stop them.
The guard is already
Why
trying
what's so
to
important
handle.
about these crystals?
I don't know. There's a big fuss over them.
These crystals are.
Zokurai remembers vividly what happened when he touched one.
Yes, which is why I stated I hated it out loud. Ugh.
Well, are you going to tell them about it, or are you just going to say that you hate it?
Oh, I thought you will get the memo. So basically, long story short, for how these things work negatively, if you touch them, what was it exactly? Wait, what was it? Melt your skin or just poison you?
It melts into your skin.
Okay, melts into your skin and
Ugh.
gives you a disease. Yeah.
That's why you have to touch them with a glove. Okay, right.
Jaden, you're familiar with the disease he refers to. It's something that you've heard called mana blight.
They're talking about mana blight.
You know what this is? Of course
Oh,
you
A little bit. I don't know it
Give me-
that much.
give me all the knowledge Hunri has his spell shard notebook pulled out.
Okay.
All right.
Explain.
Jaden, I'm going to have you make a history check to see how much you remember about mana blight.
Yeah, because Jay doesn't know it that well. He's heard of it. Doesn't mean he knows everything about it. 20!
Damn, 20. Let's go.
Just not that 20. Normal 20.
You can also
I know.
add, don't forget to add in guidance from Hunnery, because he's helping in this case.
Oh, guidance.
It's a 1d4. One moment. Hang on. Never mind.
24.
Okay.
Oh. You can
So-
roll rock.
You're able
Yeah.
to remember a fair amount of details because it's one of the studies that you personally found fascinating as a kid. So,
Yeah, Jaden found that fascinating. Looks at his alignment.
well, because you've always found magical things fascinating. So one of the things that you found
Yeah.
fascinating was a
Mana blight.
magical disease, because that's the only one you've ever heard of.
Yeah. You mind DMing it to me so I could try and voice the information with Jaden?
Oh, I was going to say it out, but sure.
You could say it out if you want. If you feel like that might be faster.
Yeah, it would
It
be
would be
faster, and I'm basically saying it to you and assuming that Jaden is relaying this information.
Yeah,
Yep.
he would be.
All right, so mana blight is basically a very interesting form of disease. It's caused by an overload of magic within one's body. Basically, an overload of the magical weave within one's body, causing their body to become sick from how drenched it is in magic, and possibly explode if they get too much of it. You can think of, and from what he remembers, it's only usually caused by these crystals, though they're not the only cause of it. If someone tries to channel too much magic through their body too fast, that can also cause the mana blight sickness. It is not infectious, though it can be induced by someone, again, having an overload of magic in their body. In particular, it's most common amongst wild magic sorcerers.
Oh.
As these crystals, how these crystals relate to it is these crystals are effectively made of solidified magic. And thus, when you touch one of them, it dissolves, the magical energy of the crystal dissolves into your body, and it's so fast that it almost inevitably causes mana blight. You can basically think of these crystals as wild magic incarnate in a solidified form. And that is everything that Jaden can remember, other than the symptoms of mana blight. Would you like to know what that is?
I think you already told me as a player, but probably should as a character.
I will mention it so that Jaden knows. So, the symptoms and repercussions of mana blight is in stage 1, the body is heavily sickened, equivalent to a combination of the poison condition and 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh.
Jesus.
That would be in stage 1. Stage 2 of Mana Blight infection is that plus random spontaneous wild magic surges. And then stage 3 is full on potential arcane explosion, where a person literally explodes in a magical combustion that is equivalent of a 9th level fireball, as they just explode from magical energy.
Jesus.
Those are the 3 levels of Mana Blight, and it corresponds to how much of your body is overloaded with magic. Stage 1 is anywhere from base to 30% overloaded. Stage 2 is 31 to 80%, and then stage 3 is at 81 to 100, and if you reach 100, that's when you explode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Usually
to
The only reason why Jaden is able to know about this is due to some ill-fated studies in the past of people trying to turn themselves into dragons or primordials through the use of these crystals, and it went horribly wrong every time.
Yeah, Jane would probably point out. So, if any of you are thinking of trying to gain the mortal power of a dragon, don't do it through the crystals. It's a bad idea.
I don't ever want to touch those things again. So,
It's especially, but specific because of those crystals. That is why that if you see any criminal doing some heinous act or having a those type of crystals on them, inform a guard or try to stop them in some way, even if it means by force.
We almost had them. I actually was able to capture mine, but they faded away like ash into the wind. Also, some guy
Yeah.
also used a stopwatch to, I assume, to stop time on himself, because he was just there then unthere, which makes me think things.
Hoonary, as you recall that, you remember that's the same man you just saw
Fuck. No,
And
Henry
yeah,
says that.
this-
Henry says that in
oh.
Draconic. Henry,
Eh.
not Henry. Henry says that in Draconic very loudly.
I believe you understand
Yeah.
Draconic, Jaden?
Yeah, I do. Jay just looks at him confused. What?
He met
That's
him
the s-
before.
That's the same motherfucker.
What?
I'm glad I just I'm glad I had swallowed my.
Hisoka comes, looks over like, Henry, mother tell you watch your language. I'm angry right now.
What? Are you talking? What? Who are you talking about? Talking about Barrett?
I assume that's the guy. Either way, that guy earlier was the one who took that crystal away from the city.
Zokurai,
Jaden now looks at him surprised. Why the ever-loving fuck would Kingston want a damn fucking crystal like that?
Who the
Hey,
Jaden, where's the guard post? You just told us we should inform a guard, right?
No. The thing is, the gods can't do shit with if a leader of a faction has control of those damn things.
So who do we ask then? You just told us to go ask a guard, so I feel like we should do that.
Jaden is literally sitting there dumbfounded because he doesn't know how to deal with this.
Henry has an idea, but I feel like Zokurai wants to speak.
yeah, you got timing good on that one. Alright, look, everybody, let's just be braver and chill. The faction leader, let's have a little trust they're not gonna do something stupid. For a little bit, at least. Okay?
The thing that worries me is why does he want to use those crystals?
I think he wants to gain immortality or something. It might be something to do with his whole
Hoonary,
who.
Hey,
Go
You
on.
do. I will say real quick, Renary, you do remember this does ring a bell in your head, and you remember something back that you remember called the Draconis Fundamentum that was also made of pure magic. You don't know if they're related though.
Okay. Draconis Fundamentum. Alrighty then. Time to write down notes about that.
Also,
Draconis
Zokurai, did you see
Fundamental.
what I posted in DMs?
Alright then.
I was actually gonna text you something in DMs too, because
Jaden.
Anyway.
Jaden is now sitting there because now it is worrisome because he will of course all say this out loud. What I don't understand is why would the mercantile faction leader, the one who focuses on money alone,
That's the
wants to
Mercantile
use this?
faction?
Yes, he's the leader of the mercantile faction. He literally focuses on money. So I don't know why he wants those crystals.
Jaden, fucking hell, breathe and think, hey, why would this person need this? Look, I've had a meeting with the guy. That's not him. Alright, I can just say that right now. Didn't look like him. Doesn't have the same aesthetic, posture, anything. So, chill.
Jaden is, will actually look at Zokurai as like, and I've met every single faction leader. I could tell that right there, that is a faction leader with the attire and everything.
Yes, it is a faction leader, but not Kingston.
Hmm.
Don't point fingers at the wrong people.
Hmm.
So it would be someone. So what you're saying is what? It's someone else that tried to take the appearance of that other faction leader.
That shit, hold on.
Fan. There's a fan.
Jaden is sitting there. The
We
thing
need
is,
to.
we're going to need to at some point collect information on that. For now, we need to keep this information to ourselves. Because whatever's going on, if he has that, that means a faction leader has that. Has those
I was
crystals.
thinking if we were to tell someone, we would tell Toshio's closest guards, the ones that are in our inner circle.
Don't recommend that.
No. I completely agree with Zokurai. It's better to keep this information to ourselves until we collect enough of it to know what valuable source of information we can get.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you all something when we get the time.
For right now, what do you guys want to do for these quests? Because we could deal with the mimics while we think about how to collect information on those shadows, whatever they're called.
You're very
Which
keenly
ones?
interested on the mimics.
Oh,
I do not
which
like.
ones
I do
sound-
not. I do not want to think about my chair possibly eating me in the middle. I do not want to think about my bed possibly eating me in the middle of the night. He says that casually.
And Silvestro just remarks and says, "Again."
Again. Does everyone hear this, or just Jaden?
Yes, everyone hears that.
Unari and Garsoka are giving Jaden a look. And Garsoka's like, I want to know more.
All you need to know is you should never trust a witch. Also, don't try to raise a mimic. That is very hard work and very dangerous work.
Cool. Okay then. I won't talk about the one fun story I heard once about such and such. It we'll talk about on the carriage ride.
Wait, what?
No.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. It involves a mimic.
Jane
Okay.
decides. Jane decides. So, what do you want to focus on? I say mimics, and then we deal with the shadows.
Well,
which
we'll
is
still deal
the bigger
Ah,
Well, okay, in my opinion, I think the biggest threat we have is the cultists and shadows, but the mimics are like essentially an on the way kind of job. So it's good to take care of those first while we think about who to get information on about the shadows, and then we deal with the cultists last.
Fine,
Yeah,
fine.
that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
sorry, I was typing stuff. What's the order again?
We're gonna go deal with the mimics.
So the order is mimics, shadows, and then cultists.
Okay, question. Before that, do any of you guys want to go shopping?
I do have a
Oh.
lot of money to spare. The question is,
I have 22 gold. I can't buy anything with that.
Wow, lucky you. You have gold left.
Oh
I'm
god.
at 0 gold.
the question is, what would I want?
You could try and buy something from Silvestro.
I could ask that anytime.
I don't think I'm actually gonna buy anything unless I get really good investigation. I want to look at all the magic items in shops.
Okay, one sec. Let me look up something.
I'm looking at such. Oh, interesting. Right, the boat, right, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Okay, how much
uh-huh.
is it?
Ah, right.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to work out. Okay, so it's 50 GP, but
What-
how much?
What Lord
Okay,
Shade said is correct, by the way. If you're immune to disease, such as the case with paladins, you cannot gain mana blade.
Oh,
Yeah. DM, I lost the book on the what's it called? Because I forgot what Archfear was. I mean, what my other Warlock subclass was. It was the Great Worm. What was that Great Worm ability? The one where I can like essentially trade with my patron.
That takes a while, first off, and also, yeah, I know which ability you're referring to.
Because I want to ask what the cost of a common item was again.
You could also buy it from him retail price.
I believe with common items, it's no retail. You just buy it normally. Because I think
No,
because I think after that it's when it goes uncommon. That's when it starts going retail price. And
I
you
don't
start
have the
having
book
to-
offhand. We should have prepared this beforehand.
Yeah,
like sessions
just-
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, well, things happen. So right now, Jaden does not know.
Oh, look it up. It's fine.
Yeah. I guess we could go look around the shopping and such. It's like, question is, what would I buy?
You don't have to go shopping, by the way. I'm just saying that this is one of your few opportunities to do it before we start getting into like big adventures in combat.
Weird.
Did I actually finish up? Please tell me I finished up. Okay, good. I do have it. Okay, nothing much. I'm good now.
What are you guys doing?
I said I was gonna go look at magic items, but might not actually buy any.
Logsworth?
I mean, I don't
I don't
see
think you're-
what the point would be of going into shops to look at magic item and have with 0 gold.
I can lend you money. Fine.
You guys are 18. So
Yes, I was like, I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to buy.
Yeah, I don't know what to buy either. There's not really much I need. Other than
just wanna-
possibly buying... The one thing I want to buy is some health potions for each of us.
how's your rations currently?
I don't think we've used our rations in a long time.
We have rations.
Yeah, we use them so little.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah, we literally have a kitchen in the cart. I don't think we need to worry about rations.
True, but you don't currently have a cart right now, do you?
We have a castle where we
No.
probably ate food.
Fair. I will say, by the way, Sylvestra's cart is not allowed within the city limits.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. Ration wise, I should be fine. Give me a moment.
For reference, by the way, you're all right here on the map.
Oh,
Okay.
alright.
Of course
Alright.
I can't see because of character sheet. It's fine.
Same. I had
It's-
to.
So where are my rations?
I should actually top up how many rations I have because I probably have like 10 rations.
10 rations is fine enough. Where the hell did
That's
my
like
rations
10
go?
days worth.
That's 10 days worth.
Yeah, that's 10 days worth of rations.
Do I not have any rations? I can't find rations on my character sheet.
Oh. Well, good thing we had the carriage up to now.
Maybe Karsoka's holding them.
Ah, yeah, 2
Oh, I
carriages.
don't know how much rations weigh, so DM might need to help me with that a bit.
Yep. 2 pounds. It weighs 2 pounds. I should know this. Never mind. Yep. Karsoka has my rations.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's right. He also has
Oh, wow.
there.
Okay, I might need to swap out my weapons.
But anyways, I got nothing to go get. I have nothing to go shopping for.
Sorry, yeah. I just got confused about when did I lose a hit point last session, and then I remembered.
Oh, right. What did it say you lost a hit point when you got mugged as well? Which is why you still have a hit point missing even though you took a long.
To move things along, Hunry would summon forth the
Question, did anyone mention the name of the thugs from that took the crystal?
I can't, as a player, remember. I've been mugged so many times. Yeah, I was trying to say before
Did you
that...
mention the notable detail about them though?
What the I don't have my notes open.
About what
remember.
happened when they got caught?
Yes, I did
Oh,
actually say that. I did say that specific.
Jaden, did you hear it?
No.
Okay, go ahead and say it to Jaden because it's actually important that Jaden hears this. And Clogsworth too, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, my stream is
Not all at once now.
I'm sorry, there's a lot going on. As in, my stream is dying.
Okay, what's your excuse though, correct?
Oh, basically they just turn to dust. That's it. Every time we've had them, they turn to dust.
Well, he's asking for names.
Oh, names? We never got names.
No,
Or
I was
really
not
have-
asking for names.
Yeah,
No, we don't
that's
have
the
names.
one normal thing.
They literally scattered. They went into ash into the wind. Also, my stream is dead. Give me a moment.
Sorry to hear that your stream died.
Okay, does Jaden know anything about this?
That does strike you as very strange, as that strikes you as something that is worth investigating. You don't know what it is, but it's something nagging at the back of your brain as if you learned it somewhere but you can't remember. If you'd like to make a history check, you can.
I will.
Stream is now back. We don't need to worry about missing anything now.
Can I roll? Is anyone using guidance?
Sure, I'll use guidance on you.
Okay. Okay, that's 15.
Eh,
You're able to remember. You're able to remember one group that is relatively infamous for the ability of being unable to be caught, seemingly. Though you don't know if they're related.
There we go. Dust Devils. They're called Dust Devils. And the leader, I believe, is the Mist Man.
Yes. As I was about to explain it, Henry blurts it out. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just saw my notes and stream is back. It's sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No worries. That's a good question. Lord Shade brings up, since they're in a magical city, would they be able to buy a list of notes for magical item construction?
I'm sorry, magical item?
As in, like,
Basically-
schematics to make magic items.
Or
Oh, well,
blueprints.
I was... To be fair, I was asking if we could just go at least see the shop so I can analyze things.
That would take an hour per item.
Oh, per item. Yeah, no. Yes.
Or
yes.
it'd take you casting the identify spell on every item, which shopkeep would look at you weird that you're casting spells on all their items.
Better not to.
Yeah.
We don't have time today. We have things to do. We're on the clock, essentially, now.
Sorry,
Yeah.
window browsing is not enough to be able to craft an item.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, just trying to take advantage of my natural capabilities. Other than that, nope, nothing I can think of to immediately buy. Wait. Maybe? What was the item? The item. Look. Item again. What was this? The item you sent me in DMs, what rarity was it?
Uncommon.
I'm buying that. Yeah. Let's
can't
test
go-
my luck, I guess.
You can't go back to the carriage right now, so it would have to be from the shop.
Yeah, let's test my luck.
Actually, wait. You have... No, go ahead, press your luck.
Let's use...
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, you're generous today, aren't you?
That's a 20. With a low roll of a 3. Goodness.
Yes.
I always forget. How do I whisper to someone again?
/W.
Slash,
W.
and then the person's name. So for me, it's just...
Got it.
Wait, does my confusion thing help on all ability checks? Yeah.
Does
Actually,
what
I think it
apply
does.
to it?
Does my infusion thing apply to all ability checks if
Uh,
someone's wearing it?
Read what it says.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that in a minute, but we're not gonna apply it to this roll.
Oh, Jaden? Make a deck save.
Wait,
Oh god.
what did I do?
8.
8.
Oh, you failed that.
Okay. You have a small box fall on your head. It's a small metal box that falls on your head.
Oh, I can mention. I can hear that thunk already.
Uh,
Jaden. Jaden. full on just like unaware of the box falling on his head. He just gets hit and falls onto his back.
Oh.
Oh. He just takes the box off, starts rubbing his head.
As you do you examine the box?
Yes.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 14.
I'll
Okay,
give him guidance for that too.
Okay.
sure. Give him guidance.
Yeah.
Got it.
Please get a 4.
18.
Yes!
You are not able to make heads or tails of the box, as it just seems to be a featureless metal cube, though it is pulsing with arcane energy. So there's clearly something going on, but you can't quite tell what's going on.
Karsoka is now poking at it.
Jaden is very curious. Is there like a button on the box or anything?
None that you could find.
Is there a way? Is it like Jaden will try to open the box?
You already made an investigation check and failed at it, so
Jaden is confused.
you can make an Arcana check if you want to, but making an Arcana check now will have disadvantage.
I try my hand at it. Is that in second best?
Oh, well.
or-
Sure,
Yeah,
Zokurai can try Arcana check on it if he wants to.
Okay, I'll help
May
you.
I
do it.
give him
I'll help you.
advantage on it? Or, I mean, not may I give him help with it?
Yes, you can
Oh,
give
I'm
him
al-
help,
I-
Hunry.
I was already planning on helping him.
What's your
Well,
what's your
it is-
arcane skill, Jaden?
2.
That's not high enough.
No. Yeah.
I have a +7.
Or equal on that one.
Right, that's why I said Hunry's help would actually be useful. Plus, don't forget to add in guidance.
Let me just finish adding in this.
I'm
Okay,
looking,
so I'm getting.
I'm looking for a 20 or higher.
I figured you were
Oh.
looking for a 20.
Guidance. Shit, did I leave my cloak on the... No, why would... Whatever, it's like I'm gonna wear it. Anyway. Yeah. Should I go? I even have it on me.
Also, Lord Shade, you were the one that reminded me of this item, so I'm introducing you to the campaign this way. I figure what better way than just having Silvestro throw one at Jaden's head.
Literally.
Character sheet. And...
I think I know what this item is.
28. How do you like that 28, sir?
As you're messing with the box, you all of a sudden notice there's a tiny crease in it, and you're able to lift one of the halves of the box off. And when you do, it seemingly springs to life, and I'm going to have you make a dex save.
Oh my...
Okay, must you all make a dex save?
No, just Zokurai, because he's the one holding the
Oh.
box.
Well... Oh, I'm... Oh, please, God. Oh.
Okay. As you fail that dex save, the lid of it flies off and hits you in the face as it falls onto the ground.
This box is dangerous. It's hurting us.
There's no answer to mark.
All right.
Bosses are dangerous.
So, I will have. So, as this happens, it hits the ground, and a glowing purple energy comes out of the box, and it spits out a bunch of things. So, this, I will have you roll a d4, Zokurai, since you were the one to open the box.
Alright.
Okay, so, now you'll get, hold on. Let me prepare this real quick. I accidentally closed my roll 20. That was not intended.
Oh no.
That just made me think of the Knuckles thing of, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
This has been Roll20 Oncoming Storm with Knuckles and Knuckles.
Oh no.
Guys,
Oh no.
the Oncoming Storm 3 Knuckles and Knuckles.
Oh no.
We will show you the way.
No, not that
I'll
one.
show you the way. No, that's a. As much as people think that's a funny meme, it's very racist.
And then we don't take it in the racist way. We do it in the funny way.
Oh.
What is that?
What the? What is an instrument of illusions?
Exactly. You play an illusions plays.
So, Sylvester explains you guys just opened what a little invention he made that he likes to call a loot box. I am not kidding, Blocksworth. So,
how did you make this?
it spits out
Wild
one
magic?
random common magic item and D4 other loot for my random loot table.
Hey, can I ask if he's wild magic like this?
What?
Or, like, can I ask if he used some wild magic to make this?
He says, and I quote, "It's a trade secret."
Give a patent?
He says, "Talk to me about it later." So,
Oh,
in
Jada will
all,
probably... Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna make a comment. Jada's gonna be like, Sylvester, I didn't know you were this interested in artificers.
He says, "Blame Zokarai
for what?
for getting him interested." Anyway, so the first thing that pops out is an instrument of illusions. We'll go over what that is in a moment. But also, I rolled a d4, so you rolled a d4, so you got three. So there's three other results. So you got 10 d4 copper pieces, 10 silver pieces, and another common magic item. And that other common magic item is a Candle of the Deep.
What is a Candle of the Deep?
I'm taking the instrument. It's mine now.
No, you're not.
So, 23 copper pieces, 10 silver pieces, a Candle of the Deep, and an instrument of illusions all pop out of this thing, and then the box becomes non-magical. It just becomes a normal box at that point. Do you spend some time analyzing some of these items to know what their properties are?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm taking the instrument of illusion. It's mine now.
No, you're not.
Karsoken has claimed it, and he's very protective of his hoard.
Make a contested strength check. See who can actually pull it out and the other one can't.
No, no. You automatically, like, passive win that. No.
Jada's just like, I don't know any of this stuff. Honestly.
Do
what is
any of
going
you
on?
have the identify spell?
No,
I-
I don't have it.
Do, but I don't want to waste spell slots.
I don't have identify.
We can cast it later. We can cast it later and identify the stuff later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that later.
There's also a bunch of coins on the ground.
I mean, anyone can have that.
Karsoken immediately claims it.
It's 23
Sure.
copper. That's not really much.
Still, it's mine.
Okay.
The 10 silver. That's mine.
Yep.
Okay.
10 silver is more than I have.
Jaden is going to continue walking towards where we have to deal with the mimics.
Right. He's just kind of done with the situation. He's just walking away.
He's like, he's still rubbing his head.
Oh, I will say, Jaden, you took 1 bludgeoning damage from that.
Ah!
Also, Zokurai, you also took 1 bludgeoning damage from the
Fuck
lid hitting you in the
you.
face.
Proceeds to eat a good berry.
Do you give
Can I have
Jaden a
one?
good berry?
Does he want a good berry?
Yes.
I toss him a good berry really
Yeah,
hard.
he eats it.
Jaden, make a deck save.
God damn it.
Actually,
God
no,
damn it.
sorry, Zokurai, make an attack roll. That's actually a better idea. Zokurai, make an
Okay,
attack.
make an attack roll.
Improv? Like,
Yeah,
improvised
improvised
weapon?
weapon attack roll.
What do I roll for that?
You roll a raw d20 plus your dex.
Alright.
Yeah, so just a raw dex roll. Okay.
Ow.
That misses.
So, yeah, when
Yeah.
he throws it at you, Jaden's able to react and catch it in its mouth and eat it.
Fair.
I
Well,
wanted to
was like,
see
if
if
no-
that happened or if it just splat on the side of his head.
Arasoka's like, if no one's taking this candle, I'm claiming it as well. It's mine.
We're gonna wait. Alright. You get 1, but I need to get something out of this. I opened.
Cool, you take the candle. I'm taking the instrument. Bye.
At least. I don't have time for this conversation. Anyway.
You're not winning this conversation.
Jane's already
I don't-
walking.
Yeah, I'm just following Jaden now. I'm done with this conversation too.
Yeah.
You do notice, by the way, that the candle is already lit and it's currently burning with a blue flame.
Ooh, that's
Oh, it's burning with a blue me?
No, it's burning with a blue flame.
Oh.
You're welcome. I already lit it on fire for you out of character. You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Can I throw lightning bolt at him? Like,
I am confused.
it's a
Look at
pun
Flame
on his
is his
name.
Discord username, so he made a joke
Yeah.
on his Discord username.
No, okay, I'm just so used to see Jaden as his Discord.
Yeah,
user.
if you click on my profile, you'll see flame. That's
And
yeah.
anyways,
And also me, for some reason, been playing Neverwinter for 2 hours. No, I haven't. Discord. I'm just updating it.
Goonery,
Still in the background for like 2 hours and.
do you try
It's
to
just in the-
play the instrument?
no, Hoonery will actually be inspecting it first before, while sitting on Karsoka as they walk.
Okay, and all of you, do you know where you're going, by the way?
I'm pretty sure Jaden would have been told where the quest is needed, where the mimics are that have to be taken care of.
Yes, and specifically,
Yeah.
it's within the Hunter's Square.
Yeah, Jaden's going there.
It's a building right here within the Hunter's Square.
Jaden will go into the building, but just any.
What kind of pace are you guys going at? Because we're not just going to hand wave travel. You're actually going to travel this. So what kind of pace are you actually going at?
Depends on the pace of Dex.
Well, Jaden doesn't know how much of a threat the mimics are, so he's going like, and I kind of like a fast pace, but also a very calm pace. Like he wants to get there, but doesn't want to arouse any suspicion.
So all of you leave the castle, and you're at the front gate. And as you enter the front gate, the guards look at you, but then let you pass. And you begin to
Jaden
leave.
flashes his badge. As soon as they like try to stop him, Jaden would flash his badge and then keep walking.
Well, they didn't, to be fair, they didn't try to stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, so as you leave, what are you going at? Walking pace, running pace? What are you going at?
I imagine we're not gonna run. I feel like
Yeah, we're not running. I don't know what pace you're going at, but Jaden is going at a fast pace, but not pace that's so fast that it's like suspicious. Like he's walking, but not running.
Brisk walking. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
For reference, by the way, walking pace is about half of normal movement speed.
then I'd say yeah, walking pace.
Okay, so Jaden is going off, and Zokurai is just moving at a normal leisurely pace.
But Jaden's also walking. He's just walking quickly. That's all.
I know, but I'm just referencing the fact that Zokurai is not walking that quickly right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Bloxworth, what are you doing?
Tick.
Ah.
Tick.
Oh, so.
Tick.
Forgot I had pressed the button on my mic. I'll go with I'll go with Jaden trying to, because I'm.
So you're walking at the same pace that Jaden and
Yeah.
Hunari are.
Yeah.
Hunry is not the same place. It's Karsoka.
Oh, Karsoka. and
Karsoka
Jaden
would
are-
actually probably be taking his time as well.
Oh, okay.
So we have 2 people taking their time and 2 people in a hurry. So it sounds like someone's going to split the party.
Oh my god, no.
For like for a short bit, because Jaden would stop there and then wait for the others to catch up.
Okay, fair enough.
That's horrible.
And I think the party splits momentarily. Then Jaden's like, "Wait, where's everyone else? Oh, they're behind. I should be walking slowly."
Yeah.
Alright, how is the conversation on the way there? Because it's going to take you a while to get there at this pace, so what's the conversation?
I do want to say what I want to do quick. Jaden is going to quickly summon his greatsword, and he is going to apply his right of the frozen as he cuts his finger onto the greatsword to apply the blood. Which I will roll the damage.
When are you doing this?
On the walk there.
Oh, okay.
On the walk there? I thought you'd do it when you were at least closer.
Oh no, it stays there. It stays there until we take a long rest.
Yeah. So he can do this anytime, basically.
Yeah.
Alright, so you get 1 bonus damage.
Yeah. One a d4 of cold damage, and I have to of course roll my emocraft die for the damage I take. For it.
Yeah.
Watch, you take like max damage.
No, he
I
rolled
rolled
it.
1.
He only took 1.
Okay,
So-
then good.
Ironically, he took as much damage from the box hitting him in the head as cutting himself with his own greatsword.
Wow.
Ironically funny, but also makes sense.
Yes, everyone hit with a weapon with Sylvestro's blood will now take box levels of damage.
And he is also going to set his great sword to deal lightning damage as well.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
go ahead, sorry. I will go ahead and say, by the way, it will probably take about 4 hours to get there at this pace.
That's fine.
So that will give you enough time to examine both of the items as well as have a nice conversation. So I'll let you guys talk on your own while I prepare the map.
I'm gonna just BRB real quick. I want to quickly pour myself some cool drink.
Wait a
Okay.
second. Does Cloak of Elvenkind and Cloak Protection need a tuning?
Cloak of Protection does not, but I don't believe Cloak of Protection does, but I know Cloak of Elvenkind does.
Cloak of Protection does need attunement.
Oh.
Both of them need
That's-
attunement. You're thinking of Ring of Protection that doesn't need attunement.
Okay. Henry would apply the
Oh, that's interesting. I thought it didn't need attunement. Okay, that's weird.
That's the reason why the cloak is uncommon, whereas the ring is rare. It's because the ring does not require attunement. The cloak does.
Oh, okay, I see. Anyway, yeah, BRB.
yes, UBRB. How many of those did I make? Oh no, I have plenty in stock. Right. Right.
Uh-huh.
I have plenty in stock.
I was laughing because I was just thinking, what does attunement look like for a cloak? I mean, for something that has like some sort of magic.
You wear it. You
trigger,
just wear it for a while.
I can imagine the person being like, trying to figure out the word, trying to figure out how to say it, trying to analyze it or something. But then I cloak.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, the character just looking at the cloak and being like, how do I put this on for for an hour or something? Which I find it just silly.
I mean, I could argue that there would be multiple spares of the cloaks, but we can also argue, like, no, that's for business. That's not for personal use. That's for business. Like, sure, we could use them, but business. Alright, man. Maybe, do I have notes of how many exactly I made? Please tell me I do. Small conversation. I don't know, who was just examining the flute of illusions. Oh.
I'm just looking through maps. Don't mind me.
Fair enough.
Organize my shit.
Okay, I have one available kind, one of protection, 1K for the mountain bank for the party that I don't have my inventory for some reason.
Lord Shade says, in one of my D&D groups, he would joke around that to attune to magical items, you look longingly at the item during a short rest. Or to lovingly stroke it.
Yeah, I don't know if you were there when I said it, but I'm like, what does attuning look like for something like a cloak? Because, if I remember correctly, attunement is like figuring out how it works. So I'm just imagining the character trying to attune to a cloak, being like, how do I put this on? And wondering and looking blankly at the cloak, trying to figure out how to put a cloak on for like an hour.
Right. Well, to be fair, if I remember correctly, attunement is more about acclimating the magic of the item to your own magic, which is just about being in contact with it for long enough. It's not so much about doing something specific. It's about like wearing it and letting the magical energies in your body mix with the magical energy cloak, or vice versa.
Oh, we do have a pass without trace spellbook. Yes, we do, Zokurai. We do have a pass without trace spellbook.
I was asking if we had two, though. Maybe two.
No, we only have one for the, we only have one for the entire party to be sharing.
Oh, right. I did say that, I'm gonna keep it in my lair, but everyone can pretty much use it. Yeah, okay. Just had to confirm that.
I have 2 cloaks of displacement, right.
Oh, I have the other one?
I forget if I was to... I think I just have one myself.
I thought you gave one to Voyager.
I think that's what... I just forget.
I'm back.
I need a lot of cloaks, to be fair.
You guys
yes,
have way too many. Wait, you got... wait.
No, we don't have enough. We don't have enough.
Okay. We don't have enough. Not everyone in the party has it. Therefore, we don't have enough.
I mean, I'm not worried about Cloak of Elvenkind, honestly. About stealth or anything like that.
Listen.
Clearly.
Shush. Yeah, clearly. You like to go and beat them up.
Well, that's not... Okay, for now, like, for the situation we're in, we don't need to worry about stealth.
Right, but we're talking future tense, not present.
Yeah. That'd be very useful when we get into a stealth situation, yeah.
The problem is recognizing what's supposed to be a stealth situation, recognizing what's not.
Yeah, the Basilisk is a great example of that, now wasn't it?
You're welcome for Pass Without Trace for that.
Yes, thank you. That's I wanted the book of that.
Pass Without Trace is a wonderful spell, as well as Locate Object. There are things we can do, DM. Locate Object, very broken.
Not really broken, it's just really useful.
No,
we can just cast it on someone's boot, and we just know which way they're going.
Oh, right. Wanna take the time to try and find the shop while we're walking around?
You're probably gonna be window shopping.
Yeah, for the specific item I am looking
Question?
Which also means
Question, because I honestly completely forget. What time of day, the campaign?
you did not
for.
specify. I assume
Yeah.
it's sometime in the
Morning?
morning.
It's 12 hours after whenever the previous session ended.
Oh shit.
I don't remember. It was like.
I think
9?
it was like noonish. I think it was like 5 p.m. when the last session ended. So we'll say it was like 5 a.m.
Probably
Yeah.
10 now.
With all the shenanigans in the castle, I think you can argue it's 13 hours at this point.
Yeah.
I think it's like 10 a.m. now.
So, well, it would be
Awesome.
10 a.m. when you arrive at the Mimic Place. On the way there, it's still not quite 10 a.m.
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't think you sent me the whisper that you had to do earlier, Bug.
I whispered to Hunari. I didn't whisper Zokoi.
Ah, I thought you did.
No.
I sent you DMs. Difference.
Okay.
Yes. So I do know what Instruments of Illusion and Candle the Deep do now because we spent time looking at those.
Yeah.
Oh, we use this map that I never actually got to use. Okay, so I know what map we're going to use, so I'm ready when you guys are.
Cool.
Though,
I'm ready.
actually, I should probably tell you what those magic items do.
Yes,
What magic items do?
The new ones that you just gained that you were analyzing over this time.
Oh, okay.
The Candle of the Deep and the Instrument of Illusions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Which, by the way, those are meant to be private roles. You guys weren't meant to just know what the names of them were right away. I set that up
No.
wrong.
Well,
Yeah, I was supposed to just tell you that, oh, you found a horn and a strange candle with a blue flame.
no.
Now you guys
It's
know
not
what the
like
name.
we know what they do anyway, so.
Well, you're about to find out. So, Candle of the Deep is a common magic item, does not require attunement. It says the flame of this candle is not extinguished when immersed in water. It gives off light and heat like a normal candle. That is what the Candle of the Deep does. Also, I added in the little detail that it burns with a perpetual blue flame. That's a little detail I added.
Alright, I need you to repeat that right now. Oh, I'm sorry, not to be rude. I disconnected. Internet issues.
Ah.
You need me to repeat that, Henry?
Yes, I literally disconnected as you're about to explain it. I was saying stream is dying.
Alright. Candle
I-
of the Deep. The flame of this candle is not extinguished when immersed in water. It goes off light and heat like a normal candle. The candle burns with a perpetual blue flame. No, Lord Shade, the candle does not last forever. It lasts until its wax runs out.
Alright, blue flame. What about water?
It is not, it burns underwater just fine. It is not extinguished when immersed in water.
Okay.
Alright, that's, Candle Deep. What about the...
Lord Shade, as for how long it lasts however long a normal candle does. There's no rules in D&D for how long a candle lasts.
Oh.
So it's just going off of the real life stuff of how long candles last, which is a long time.
Yeah, they burn for a while.
Yeah, especially considering this is a magical candle, so
Yeah.
it's 10 times more durable than a regular candle.
Garsoka would still
Yeah.
put the flame out as like, it doesn't need to be lit right now. We can light it later. What about the Instrument of Illusions?
The Instrument of Illusions is a wondrous item. It's common, and it requires attunement.
Alright then,
Which-
give me a moment.
Considering you have time, one of you guys would be able to attune to it on the way to this place if you wanted to.
Okay.
While you are playing this musical instrument, you can create harmless, illusory visual effects within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on the instrument. If you are a bard, the radius increases to 15 feet. Sample visual effects include luminous musical notes, a spectral dancer, butterflies, gently falling snow, lotus petals, and other various things. The magical effects have neither substance nor sound, and they are obviously illusions. The effects end when you stop playing. So,
Oh,
yeah. It was
See,
a common loot box, so these are common items, but still. You were saying, Hunter?
Chris, Hunter would say like, this would be nice gifts from Mother.
Yes. Okay. Do any of you want to attune to the instrument of illusions before we get there?
nope. Don't
I'm
care
good.
for it.
Alright, very well. Henry stuffs it in Kursoka's bag.
I will
Well,
say
saddle bag.
it specifically manifests as a horn or a trumpet.
Hmm.
So it's a trumpet.
Alright, fair enough. Kursoka plays the trumpet.
It just makes you think of the Mambo #5 song. The trumpet!
Anyway, so yes.
Anything else you'd like to talk about or do on the walk there, or
I know on the way there I would probably try to unconfuse myself about why I was told to tell a guard when if I see someone trying to do that, but suddenly it's not okay to. We shouldn't talk to a guard about that specific time.
So there's a
Okay.
difference between telling someone if it's, some random thief, and it's a big difference when it's some important person that is publicly known.
Yeah, which
Why
is
is that a
why.
different coonery? I don't get it.
Yeah, okay. So basically we're going based off the matter of how big of an impact is all of these instead of individually. Because we're already at the brink of war. If we push this, then that could start war. If you get what I mean.
Yes.
But the way I see it, and I'm talking in character, I know this is like what you're saying, and I know as a player what you mean, but
Character was
it
fine.
still bothers me a bit as a player, to be honest. But
Yeah, I was confused because like, wait, is this you? What was that sound?
Jaden, put your tombstone away. Put your tombstone away. Jaden.
Sorry.
but yeah,
Okay.
In character, I'm like, okay, I can understand that. How does fair enough, but I don't see how it makes it more okay for that person to do it, because I'm assuming if that person doesn't get punished,
It's not the
person
fact
should be
of if it's
punished if
okay.
they do something wrong, right?
Yes, they do need to be punished, but it's a very big effect if an official or someone very well known who's been known to do not very many of these illegal acts, so to be found out that, oh look, now we've just found out this very great man is doing something illegal. We need to collect information, and if we accuse the wrong person, it could greatly affect both our relations to them and their relations to everyone else.
Right? Like how you were assuming it was Kingston, but it wasn't. Also, I am gonna bring this up as a question. Is it, and I'm asking this as a character, is it illegal to own one of those crystals?
Unless you're someone who's doing it, who's using them for research purposes and is being watched over, then yes, it is greatly illegal.
So, would we need to do all this, making sure it's the right person? If it was, I don't know, some random person in this city, I'm assuming there's someone walking at some point in our general direction, so I'd probably go like some random person and point toward their direction.
I mean, actually, we'd want to interrogate them. The reason we didn't try to do that earlier is one, they left too fast, and two, they're stronger than all of us combined, probably. So.
Yeah, I agree to that.
So Should we make sure every time before telling a guard or no? Because now I'm confused.
Just
We need.
okay.
Think of it
Do you
like
wanna-
this. We need. I'll repeat if I explain. I know a bit more about these crystals. If anyone has hold of these crystals, if we were to tell a god, then we wouldn't know if we wouldn't be able to collect any more information to know about these crystals.
Hunari,
Gods will take over. of
Hunari,
these
Zokurai,
things.
make a history check to see if you remember something.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna take this moment to say I did wanna, glance around, see if I could find that item that I was saying before.
There- That doesn't have anything to do with what we're currently talking about.
you-
Alright. 15.
um,
Hunari, you do remember while those crystals were involved in the theft, they were being stolen by the mist, by the sands people. But they were being stolen from residents of that city.
Interesting. Alright then, Zokurai.
Given what
glad to
you-
go.
Given what you just heard from Jaden, that sounds very suspicious.
yeah, that brings up a whole host of issues.
Why would they be stealing from residents? Is a big question.
How did
Why
residents
would
get their
another
hands on
question
them?
would be, why do residents just have these crystals?
That's what I
Me-
just asked.
Maybe they are used to power some sort of high tech magic things?
But there was
It's
nothing
not-
like that in the city.
Yeah, it's not a super advanced city.
It was the
Oh.
city of Emplane, not the magical city.
Alright,
Right.
fair,
Yeah.
fair. Were they nobles? Were they important figures? We have to do
No,
some
it was-
detective research.
From what we know, it was just some random person had it.
Jay, are you talking? Are you two discussing this out loud?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you mean random residents are holding these crystals?
I want to figure
Uh,
out.
From what I've seen, it seems like, hey, this person had something stolen from them, but it wasn't a normal crystal. I think there were two. There was one for the guy who took that.
Wait a second. No. Hold up. The one that was stolen was from... The one I was chasing stole from, like, I believe a noble woman. There was like a necklace of pearls and something. I think it was a high dress. So it might be noble people. We need to be doing research. Oh dear.
If a noble has those crystals, then that could be another issue. Not all nobles use those crystals unless they are connected to a research committee of some kind.
We have to we have to look up the information on them, and I have to get, I would have to get access to them. Angso pipes up, Detective Hunari, no,
Oh,
Maybe.
God.
fine.
I
I'll be
don't
the
really have-
detective of the group.
I don't have really much connections in any of the other of the cities other than the magical city where I have full connection here. So my
And
badge wouldn't be
the
much.
Marshall Standing Army city. Don't forget about that one.
Yeah,
I-
some of the personal standing army. city.
I need to get into that lore faction.
To be fair, the House of Mandriga does not have that much standing in the magical city either. It's just one of the
Yeah.
noble houses there.
Yeah. It's just very, it has a very good relation with it. Unlike with a lot of the other factions, if that's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
Anything else of importance we want to bring up?
A little detail you glanced over before, Jaden, was that Zokurai mentioned he directly met some of the elite faction.
Yeah, Jaden has met all leaders of the factions.
No, Zokurai said that he directly met some of the leaders of the faction.
Oh, Jaden wouldn't question it.
Okay, I'm just pointing out because I didn't know if he knows that or not. So, is that the conversation that you all have on the way there?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's something else we're allowed to do. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of.
Lockshore, what's your thoughts?
Well, I'm just thinking that I just want to be. I'm just unsure to understand why I would be more or less cautious around someone. So I guess I'll just look how much knowledge we need before going to the guards when if we happen to see a random person. And I guess I'll apply that logic to I forgot the name, but the merchant faction leader.
You're at Kingston.
Yeah.
I'm going to note his name. Can you repeat that?
You're at Kingston because Jaden said both his first name and his last name. You would know that.
Yeah.
Surprise, he's a suspect here. Okay.
And
It's-
does Zokurai mention the faction he works for?
Wait, one more time?
Does Zokurai mention the faction that he works for?
I thought I made this clear a lot. Merchant. I thought I already said merchant.
Yeah, Jaden, you can take note of the fact that Zokurai is directly working for Pure King.
Jaden wouldn't make an assumption of Zokurai, but that is a little bit on the suspicious side. But just not gonna push him on it.
I can see Discord is coming. Anyway,
You have to say it right.
Henry was say in his days unique language of Abyssal Draconic, like, makes me wonder if every single faction leader is suspicious. I don't want to believe that, but
every faction leader is suspicious, buddy. That's just how everything works. Every political figure is.
fair. It makes me wonder if we should look through her room. Through that.
Whose room?
I would not recommend it.
You actually don't.
Abyssal Draconic.
You actually do not know this language yet.
Oh, okay.
You just hear her speaking in like what sounds like Draconic and Abyssal put together. But that's just the sounds of it. The words of that language is something else that doesn't even make sense.
A
So
bit of a quick
it's just like
the best way to explain it is I understand half of what's coming out.
no, you understand. I mean, there's some Draconic aspects, but that's it. There is just a little bit of Draconic, a little bit of Abyssal.
Jaden,
Okay.
do you know the difference?
Everything is made up.
Jaden, do you know the difference between modern English and Old English? It's like that.
Yes, but have you heard of Afrikaans compared to German? Afrikaans is one of the home languages of South Africa, because Afrikaans was derived off of German. That's the comparison I'm making because you're combining two languages into one.
We could just literally say.
You do gotta realize, by the way, Henry's the one who invented this language, so he's the one writing the rules of it.
I'm the one who's running the rules of it.
Yeah,
That's why I'm asking if it's like if I can understand a small bit of it. Like I won't understand it completely. Like I would.
You may understand maybe a vowel or two of Draconic.
Okay.
And then what sounds like Abyssal. But other than that, it sounds like we're saying gibberish.
Yeah. If you work up, sorry, I want to quickly give a bit of good explanation here. If you spoke German, a German person would almost semi-understand what an Afrikaans person says. because Afrikaans essentially uses some of the German language in its tongue when you're speaking it.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah.
This is like two languages and then a whole new thing in the middle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Like-
the same with Afrikaans. It's Afrikaans is basically German if it were a bit more technical.
Anyways, who are we talking? Like, maybe I don't know if we should have looked through, Toshio's alchemy lab.
We can do that at a later date.
We
Okay,
might
and
have
as you
lost
say
our
that-
time.
As you say that, you arrive at your destination and you realize it's gotten dark by now. You must have taken a while longer than you thought it would.
uh,
You went off on too many tangents.
We went off on 7 different. This is fine.
it's fine. Yeah.
I would like everyone to drag themselves down onto the map where Jaden is.
Yeah.
Very well.
Fine
I'll
by me.
drag everyone.
Before entering the building, Jaden is going to summon out his greatsword.
Why are you doing it way over there?
Karsoka's now tiny form right now. Holy.
Why does Roll20 keep giving me acid stream?
What?
No, Roll20 keeps putting the spell acid stream on my first level spell list, even though I don't know acid stream.
What? Okay.
Why is he way over there? You're all over here.
Yes, I was trying to make him small. I was trying to shrink him down into the tiny size.
Ju-
Because you're
Before
approaching.
entering, I'd like to gift of alacrity myself since we are arrived at the building.
Sure. Is there any preparations you all want to do before this? Because you figure it might not end up in a fight, but it will probably end up in a fight.
I will be prepping with
That's not the rope.
mage armor on myself and Karsoka.
I
I'm
am
just
going
gonna...
to I am going to cast my 3rd level armor of Agathis. And I'm
Really?
also gonna put armor of Agathis, which I believe is 15 temporary hit points. Yeah, 15 hit HP.
Also, Serta rolled a 1 on his gift of alacrity.
Again,
Oh. What does it
I rolled
do?
a 1 when we fought before fighting the basilisk, and now I roll a 1 again.
I'd
And
say you
then
cast
I'll
that on
pull-
yourself.
Sorry.
I'm just saying, I assume you cast that on yourself, Serta.
Yes.
I
Okay.
forgot to give myself it. 1 sec. I I am also going to prep cast Shield of Faith on myself. So I'm gonna cast Shield
I'll
of Faith.
just...
We're not
I just-
rolling for initiative yet, Serta.
Yeah.
It's a lovely roll, but
It's a waste
I
now.
can't change my initiative number. That's annoying.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is not a way to just do an initiative modifier, unfortunately. The best way
Well, I
you can
think-
do it is by temporarily boosting your dex for the initiative roll, and that's about it. No, back here. You're back here.
Oh, sorry.
Move.
Initiative
I'll just-
modifier. Okay.
Just
Got it.
do my stuff on. Can I just...
What are you trying to ask?
Please.
Oh. I was just trying to look at that, not make
not
post
very
that. My bad.
Zokroy, what are you mumbling about?
I'm just trying to figure out what I should just ready action for, to be honest.
You don't necessarily need to ready action, but whatever you want to do. You got. I'll start the timer at this point. You guys have 2 minutes to figure out what you gotta do.
Does this place look like ruins, or does it look modern?
It looks like any other building in this place, made of one solid piece of marbles.
Alright, then I'm just gonna ready action for possible need to teleport away. And then I'm just gonna ready...
Pass without trace.
Actually-
I'm activating pass without trace.
Yep, good call.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Um,
Are you guys approaching this building stealthy, or are you approaching it not caring about stealth?
Now,
Hunary will approach stealth by putting on his gloves of thievery.
Jaden will look at Hunary and like wondering why he casts that. It's like, you understand mimics are ambush predators, right?
So I could jump on the ambush, sure.
Indeed.
Jaden will literally point at that door. That door itself could be a mimic. You really want to try and be stealthy.
Sure, why not? Never hurts.
So is Jaden not bothering to be stealthy?
Jaden will like try to be stealthy, but of course he's gonna do things where he will like try to inspect and see if there's any possible breathing being done by like the objects, and if the object is breathing, he will basically swing his sword at them.
If you hear it breathing, it's probably too late.
Also,
Yeah.
to be fair, mimics don't breathe.
Oh.
Oh, don't they? Oh, I thought they do.
No, it's not in D&D. They don't do it in D&D.
Oh, okay.
It's not-
I just remember because in a lot of games, that's how you have to work out if something's a mimic or not. If you see it breathing, then that's a mimic. You have to beat the shit out of it.
Nope, in
That would've been a
D&D.
funny thing. I look for breathing. There's no breathing. Approaches the door to open it. It's a mimic. What?
Right, no, because that's the thing. In D&D, there is no clear tell for what's a mimic and what isn't. It could literally be anything, and you can't tell.
And I'm using the book, the spell book version of Pass That Trace, so that way I have my free casting.
Okay.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So everyone has a +10 to their stealth rolls, and I'll have everyone make a stealth roll now. Jaden, you make it with disadvantage, given the fact that you...
Why do I get?
Aren't you wearing your heavy armor right now?
No, I'm wearing my studded leather.
Oh, then no, you don't get disadvantage. But everyone gets a +10 to their rolls. Also-
okay, I need to actually.
Do remember to apply guidance where relevant.
What is our... Actually, I guess passive stealth wouldn't matter. There.
Well, I guess, yeah, passive stealth is also a thing. If you want, just take your passive score, you can.
I'd ask, should I remove... I tried to ask as stealthily as possible. Should I remove my armor since we're going to do it with stealth or no?
Depends on what kind of armor you're wearing.
Chainmail.
I mean,
Heavy.
suits of elven kind for people, because this was an issue I forgot about.
Okay, I'm sorry for not specifying the rules. Bottom one is Karsoka. Then again, Karsoka is tiny, so
Mm,
he can't be
let me
seen.
roll
He rolled a 33.
advantage on stealth check. Got a 30 for Zoka, right? Okay. And then Dread's passive is 31.
Wait, we
Third
have
or-
advantage on these?
Starter, it would take a full 10... It would take a full 5 minutes to take off your heavy armor. So-
I should give you the effects of Pass That Trace. One moment.
You
Yeah. Sorry. Pass That Trace. We can't be tracked by magical means.
which, funnily enough, stops crying.
Listen, and nothing. Oh. Anyways, also, everything about us is silent. They can't hear us.
Okay.
Does it
I
do
mean,
that?
However, heavy armor still imposes disadvantage on stuff.
Very well.
Also, Pass Without Trace says, unless you can be tracked, only if it's magical. So Scrying can still track you.
No, can't
Yeah.
except by magical
Scrying is a
means.
spell,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Never mind, it says except by magical means.
Oh,
Yeah, except by magical means, yeah.
Okay, so scrying
Right.
would work. Either way, so has everyone made their self rolls?
No.
Clocksworth has
Yes.
not yet.
Yes. 16.
Hunary has a 28. Karsoka has a 33.
Thirder, make a stealth roll with disadvantage. Be sure to add in pass without trace. +10.
Where do I put pass without trace?
Did you not
Um,
add it?
Number? No. Okay, I need to go into the wheel.
ability modifiers, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. And yeah, I was specifically asking for the armor because I made my armor cast off.
Oh, cast off, right. So it only requires one action to do. Yeah, if you want to do that, you could do that.
What I'm asking, should I remove? That's why I'm asking other people. Should I remove it? Because
No.
if we get into combat, it's
No.
probably not a good idea.
No, it's
No.
not worth it. It's
Okay.
not worth it.
And I have Pass Without Trace. Honestly, you're fine. Look at our lowest. Your lowest roll you're gonna get, if you have no bonus, is an 11.
I will say, by the way, Starter, you see the global skill modifier section in your character sheet?
Yeah.
Starter?
Nope, I'm not seeing it.
Just under passive wisdom, under cooks, utensils, tinkers, there's
Oh, okay.
global skill modifier.
But what's the name of it?
Pass Without Trace.
Yeah. So you'd add the plus 10 there.
Okay.
Anyways, you rolled a. Anyways,
I put it under the wheel for the kill modifier, so I already have it.
Yeah, you put it there, but in the future, this way you don't have to do that. You can just do it here and just
Yeah.
have a checkbox so you turn on it.
Yeah.
So I'm the only one who rolled the lowest.
So he rolled a 21 in total.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, that's with Pass Without Trace. Without Pass Without Trace, it'd be an 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 16, and I don't have guidance.
Keep in mind, that was
That's
also
fine.
with guidance.
Yeah, mine does. I don't have guidance on mine.
Did no one bother to use guidance on you?
I don't have guidance. I'm a
But people can use
warlock.
it on you. That's my point.
No one specified that they did.
You're right, we
Alright,
didn't
well, that's a missed
specify.
opportunity.
you should have told us. And never mind. That's just player knowledge.
I'm a
Nothing.
warlock. It's kind of obvious. I don't have pass out traits. It's not about spell list.
It's fine.
No, we're talking about guidance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not in the warlock spell list.
You said Pass Without Trace, not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hindsight is
and
2020.
Do you expect us to know
It's
everything
fine.
about warlock spells?
No, it's
No,
fine.
that's not.
Don't worry.
Oh,
All right,
Fine.
so
Just,
okay. Go on.
no, I was just saying, I just don't want people to expect that I actually have guidance on me. If I could get guidance, I would give it to myself.
You
You
know,
want me
if
to
you
lend you the
tell Hoon
book?
or someone, we can give guidance to you and make a book about it.
No, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
We will make a book.
He
Oh
already.
god.
Okay, we will discuss this later. That's a whole other tangent. Anyway. Oh, right. Technically, I could make an infusion of elven boots for a minute. Or, like, not a minute, but for a little bit.
What the fuck
right,
are
I
you
make-
asking, Zokai?
I was saying I could make infusions of elven boots, negate disadvantage, health.
You can't make that right now.
Well, yeah, I meant for, like, later purposes. So I was like, oh.
You're gonna have to remember later. Also,
Yes,
we're talking
I
about
know.
because I was about to get into what's happening right now.
Alright, well, I have nothing else to add, so...
Okay, as you all start to approach, everyone except Zokarai hears a voice in their head. Zokarai, someone's trying to speak to you. You give them permission.
Do I know who it is?
No, it's an unknown person.
No, I don't let them speak in my head.
Okay, so everyone else hears a voice in their head that says,
I also have the same. I also have a ring, mind you.
okay, so do you allow them to speak to you?
No.
Okay, so Jaden and Clocksword, you both hear a voice in your
Sure.
head. Sorry, what?
Dread.
Oh god.
And
No, I
Dread.
just said, oh god.
Yeah,
It
Dread,
says-
Brishnox, and...
If-
sorry.
They said, if you have food, bring it. Otherwise, leave us.
Mm,
Hmm.
It's a very deep and guttural voice. It sounds not human. And keep in mind,
Jaden,
Zokarai and Kahunari did not hear this.
Jaden, of course, being his unaware self or not knowing that he could speak in his head, Jaden will ask out loud, what food are you looking for?
Meat. Fresh meat.
Do we have any meat on us?
You're not hearing this, Zokarai.
No, that's
Dred's
Dred's
voice.
That's
Dred's
Dred's
Oh.
voice.
Yeah, fair.
Fresh
We
meat.
don't- We don't have any fresh meat, sadly.
Parsoka would be
don't-
hearing this too, by the way, but not Hunari.
Yes, I know. I was gonna say something. Fresh meat. Fresh meat sounds good.
Then
Fresh
leave
meat,
us
why-
be.
Not exactly fresh.
I would like all of you to make me either an Arcana or History check, except for Clocksworth, because he'd have no idea what to.
Is anyone okay? Before I roll, is anyone giving me guidance?
Yes. Dred is
Okay.
giving you guidance.
11.
We can,
Wow. Okay.
I'm not sure we can cast spell when we are.
Rishnox would be like, these things we've been found.
I would ask if I could use my passive history, which is 15, but I don't know if I can.
You can, but it wouldn't be enough to succeed.
What
Okay.
about a passive 17 of Arcana?
No, that also would not be enough to succeed.
Fine.
I'm looking for a 20.
Oh,
You were saying-
There's
Oh,
a
wait,
37.
Hang on. That's with
Wait,
hang on. Minus
wait,
10. Minus 10. Oh,
You
hang
do-
on. No. Actually, take the first roll. It's technically 27.
that
Okay.
still should be enough.
It's
Okay,
still
so
27.
Hunari remembers. No one else does, but Hunari remembered reading about something in the past. It's just a story that his mother once told him about of entire treasure hoards that became living mimics. And this is Hunari. You remember this is something you think anyway. This is reminding you a lot of something you've heard before called a mimic colony.
It's like, What do you mean they leave us be? It's not like there's a mimic colony.
A mimic
Okay.
colony?
Just
Mm.
gaping
Not
owl
that.
maw of like, there's a lot. There's an absolute lot here.
Wait, okay, keep me in the loop here. What's a mimic colony?
So it's technically a mimic, but a whole bunch of them living together.
Oh, is that it? Is there anything else special to these?
They could speak and spell telepathically.
Yes.
Yes, that's probably what they were trying to contact us with.
Yeah, Jaden is going to still converse with him. We don't have any fresh meat, but we do want. Calm down. Jaden will also add on, but I do want to ask a question. Why are you settled here, of all places?
What was your question?
Yeah. He is asking. He first of course makes a statement that we don't have any fresh meats, but then also adds on with a question of asking why are they settled here of all places.
Plenty of food here.
And plenty of danger.
I mean, they can probably take care of themselves, right? Right, Henry?
No,
They
but-
can also take.
You all look tasty.
Jaina will add on, and also well armed, and many skilled in combat.
Where are all of you right now outside the building, by the way?
I don't know. It's pitch black for me.
Yeah.
You
Ja-
should be able to see an area.
We should be down here. We're like down here.
I
I
guess.
can't even. I can't go into that room because for some reason it's not showing for me. But
Yeah,
think
I
that's
know.
because
I
the door's
have it
closed.
hidden on purpose.
Yeah. Jaden
Yes.
isn't. Jaden's standing out of the door, out of any area close to like any too many objects.
I am standing
Yeah.
right where I am.
Yep, I'm gonna take a little bit of a backup here.
Zokrai, you should be able to see a section of the map. The ground is black, by the way.
Yeah, that figured.
This is the front door entrance. Do you guys try to go to the door?
No.
No.
I'm not gonna go to her.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Can we try to make a deal with them? Something like that?
Don't it? If we were to make a deal with mimics, it would mean possibly capturing creatures and feeding those creatures to them. Very morbid.
Yeah, but doesn't life sort of just do that all the time anyway?
I mean, correct? Dragons do it normally in the wild.
But we're not in the wild. Most mimics.
Leave
us be.
Be our food, bring us food, or leave us be, travelers.
Hmm.
Actually, I am curious. How did you get so smart? I'm curious.
By grouping up together.
We are a
collective. You're a hive mind? Really? Okay.
They have no idea what a hive mind is, so they don't.
I don't.
It's collective. What you
No,
we're
no, don't
collective.
question it. Dread, don't question it. Just don't question it.
I was excellent.
Zokrai is not hearing that. Remember?
I'm Fred.
It's Dread. It's Dread's
Dread.
voice.
Okay.
Jaden would look at the party and he would think up of an idea, but he doesn't know if the party would think it's a good idea. So he's like, he has an idea.
Yeah.
That could be a good trade for them.
This is my alternative, by the way, to dynamic lighting. Is I'm just doing manual lighting. I'm just picking where you guys can see the house.
Manual lighting is what I used to use.
Yeah.
Once Jaden would look at the party.
If you want
Hey,
me to
which
turn
strike up-
on, if you want me to show you how laggy would be with dynamic lighting, here you
No.
go.
No, thank
No, 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 I don't want dynamic.
Oh god, yeah, that's laggy as hell.
Yeah, let me turn that back up.
Wait, that's laggy?
Oh, it's very
Yes.
laggy.
Connection and all that, yeah.
Okay,
I want my
Jaden would
true
look.
sight turned off.
Okay. Jaden will.
Oh, now I see the building. No, I don't.
Now
Jaden
you
will
don't.
look at the entire party. I do have an idea, but I would need you all to trust me on this.
oh shoot, I think you covered all of it in back? Refresh my...
But wait, Jaden will actually. The first thing Jaden's gonna do is he's gonna actually motion to basically point out what he's planning is. He's gonna actually do a head tilt towards his greatsword, as if implying that he could have these mimics turn into our weapons.
Wait,
Hmm.
I'm confused slightly.
No. I understand it.
No, I am genuinely confused.
You're genuinely confused. Okay. Allow me to explain it to you in simple terms. And then he goes into Abyssal Draconic to explain that turning these mimics into weapons so that way these mimics are, kept an eye on, but every time they're being used, they feed off of their kills.
So, living weapons that
Living
could
weapons.
kill us?
Living
Why
weapons.
would we...
No, not to kill us. To be just living weapons that kill whoever the wielder kills.
realize they can or will try to kill us if we don't satisfy their hunger, right?
I hope you all realize they can hear all of this, by the way.
Yeah. Well, but they're speaking in a tongue that Jane doesn't understand, which is why he's being more quiet about it, which is why he did the suggestion to the greatsword, and now they're speaking in a
Wait a
different tongue.
second. They can understand any language.
No.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
right. You're saying that in Abyssal Draconic. Never mind.
Yes.
They cannot understand that.
Thank God.
So. They say.
Jaden, sorry to add on. Jaden will actually do a emotion of thumbs up, thumbs down, as if asking yes, no, what do you guys want?
I mean, having one to experiment with would be interesting.
How about well then look, Sam's emotion like thumbs up, like doing a thumbs up, saying like yes, no.
Unary, what's your vote? 'Cause honestly, I will just burn this place to the ground otherwise. So.
You.
Do
do we?
you say that out loud?
I say that in Abyssal Draconic, but
Okay, never mind.
actually, no, I'm gonna say that telepathically.
Thumbs down for me.
It's like, do we have permission to do that? In Abyssal Draconic, by the way.
Jaden shakes his head. Oh no. Okay, you say that.
He doesn't know.
Jaden's like Jaden's confused, like he doesn't know.
I'm just gonna.
Question.
Can I telepathically tell him? Can I just
Okay.
use
If you
telepathy?
If you ask that question, Jaden shakes his head by saying, "No, we can't burn this place down."
Yeah. Living
Do we
weapon
do-
idea?
do we could-
have a persuasion of 8.
Ooh, do we want to try? We can give him guidance and counter of the past too, so we could actually do this.
I assume. Speaking of concepts, I assume Brishnox just here like, yep, mimics.
So I guess so Jaden's literally waiting for both of you to give a thumbs up right now.
Red would give a thumbs up because it doesn't sound like the worst idea in the world. Oh,
Okay.
Karsoka doesn't know much, so he just gives a thumbs up.
Okay. Jaden's like, then how about we do a trade of sorts? We are an adventuring party. We will go and hunt. We do a lot of missions involving fighting, meaning many forms of fresh meat. And we will allow you to accompany us if you become our weapons or our armaments. And in return, whatever we kill, you can feast upon.
Are you saying, is that your bargain to the mimics? Please repeat that.
Yes. So the bargain is, if we of course first points out that we are an adventuring party, and also points out that we get involved in many fights, and adds on that if the trade is that they become our weapons, and in return, whatever we kill, they are allowed to feast upon.
They, will you come to kill us? The others have tried.
what do you mean the others have tried?
Jada will look at them and it's like, well, if you're gonna ask that question, then I'll ask one back. Will you be a danger to us?
We eat what we must. We eat who comes by and is foolish enough to walk in. We eat easy prey. We do not eat adventurers. Not unless they fight us and challenge our survival.
Karsoka's like, I like these. Can I keep them?
Oh my god, Karsoka, you. Oh.
Karsoka, I will have Karsoka and Jaden both make persuasion rolls.
I'm
Uh,
going
I
to
have-
give guidance to Jaden.
I have a persuasion of 8. Is everyone gonna give me that history thing?
Yes.
You give him counsel of the past. I'm giving him guidance. That's how it go.
Very well.
What's
Boxworth,
council of the
Boxworth, what's your
past?
reaction to all this?
I don't like it.
It's
Uh,
bad.
what is-
Yeah, only
what
comes
is the
down
d-
when he asks.
what is the council of the
obviously
past
don't know
for the
most
Council of
of the
Past is an
conversation
extra-
between Hoonery and Zokrai.
Sorry, can you say that
1d4.
again, Henry? 1d4?
1d4.
Okay, so it's also a d4.
I'm
Also?
using both Council of the Past right now.
I like
Okay,
how
let's roll
literally
this.
everyone was drowning out Surtur.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
I was trying to hear what he was trying to say. I didn't say a word.
I'm sorry. Let's roll
Both
persuasion.
Jaden and Hoonery were drowning him out because they just wanted to hear about the thing right now.
Not 20!
Cool. What was the question? I forgot what I was talking about.
Oh no,
said-
I'm sorry, Surtur.
No,
Oh,
you said
sorry.
you didn't like that me, Hoonery, and Jaden were discussing this idea.
Yeah, I didn't like the. Oh yeah, I didn't like the idea, and I obviously don't have as much knowledge because most of the conversation was between Jaden and Zokrai. Not Jaden.
Also,
Hoonery and
sorry,
Zokrai,
it's not
and
meant
what
to-
I don't understand.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make council of the past a 14. It's meant to be a d4, so just minus
Yes,
14
we
from
know.
that,
Can
then,
you let Boxworth finish now?
I'm sorry.
Anyway, you were saying, Surtur?
I was finished. I just said that I was against the idea personally, and that although I don't have as much knowledge as me as a player would have, because most of the argument was between Hoonery and Zokrai in a language Clocksword doesn't
Yeah.
understand.
Alright.
I honestly would have asked Clocksword, but Clocksword doesn't know much about mimics, so...
Wait, would they know Elvish? I could have used Elvish, couldn't we?
Maybe.
Or still don't.
Actually, wow, Kursoka does not know Elvish. Also, yeah.
Also, I said Karsoka and Jaden can make persuasion rolls.
Alright,
Yeah,
I just wasn't. When I saw that nat 20 from Jade, I'm like, do I even need to roll?
It's 28 plus... 1 sec.
If Karsoka rolls badly, it will affect Jaden's roll.
Very well.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, that's
Oh, we're
fine.
so lucky.
Alright. The colony is interested in your words. However, they do reply with one thing. Will you will you leave us alone if we do this?
We will leave you alone unless you become a possible danger for us. Unless you feel... sorry, I'm trying to reword this correctly. I suck
Simply-
at wording things.
Simply, we won't come after you if you don't come after us.
Yes.
Mutual benefits.
You want us to be your weapons.
Yes.
Why?
Kursoka looks at Jaden. Tell us why, sir.
Jaden's like... For better combat prowess.
What? They don't understand what the concept of combat prowess is.
To fight easier, to kill easier.
It will make the killing of our targets easier. if
And
you
make
become our
a
weapons.
lot more food for you guys.
How would they bring back food to the colony?
Oh, we have the colony to worry about. Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Fred would ask, how big is your colony?
As you do that, you do notice on one of the walls, teeth begin to appear on it. And the implication, and you see it running along the entire wall, giving the implication that the entire building is one big mimic.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Okay. Fuck.
We're not
Yes.
killing this.
Player knowledge?
Kill this.
Player-wise? Oh, this would have been fun. Character-wise,
We're not gonna be able to
Fuck.
beat this.
Jaden's like essentially having the flashback of the bed incident, and now it's comparing it to a building. He's like, yeah, no, I don't want to fuck with that.
And Red would ask, can you condense down to something smaller?
We
I don't know.
do you if you promise. This is the colony speaking, but if you promise not to kill them, we will provide some of our young to be your weapons. But you must feed them, and we will stay in contact with them.
Okay. As long as you
Honestly-
don't try to kill us, we won't try to fight you.
If you do not threaten our survival, we are not enemies.
Good. Good.
mutual benefits, like I said.
Yeah.
Keep in mind-
Ooh, mimic weapons.
Keep in mind, if you do this, by the way, you will not be able to complete the quest because the quest is to clear out the mimics.
We are not gonna be able to kill this. I hope you
Yeah,
know
we
that.
will. No.
It's
Yeah,
like
not fucking with
Especially-
this.
Especially since I think we didn't have the. I think we specifically said we weren't allowed to just burn down the building, which is an odd situation now, considering that.
It is
entire
the building.
it's
That-
like
Yeah.
That's
I
why
mean,
I asked Zokrite earlier, did he say that out loud? Because it might have just
Yes.
attacked you right away if you said that out loud.
yeah,
in
fair
the
enough,
language
you
I
know,
understood.
that makes complete sense, and I'm surprised I didn't realize that earlier. But it's technically we would have permission to burn the entire building since the mimic is the building.
We need to point that out, but there are other things that there is. This is like possible danger.
This is possible danger. Yet the thing is, it's like, who also posted this quest?
Yeah. No,
That's a great question, actually.
that. Jaden will accept, of course, accept the young and whatever you can put. You guys can put whatever equipment you need to become a mimic if you need it to be a mimic. Jaden, funny enough, wouldn't make any of his weapons mimic related because Sylvester would probably be mad at him.
As you say that, so let me get this straight. You guys want a few mimics tagging along that you're going to feed, but in exchange you're going to feed and take care of them, is what you're basically agreeing to.
We are raising a mimic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. How often do they need to eat? This might be a problem.
They need to eat a whole person once a day.
A person worth? Or
A
whole
person worth of meat. Yes, a person worth of meat. So about
Okay.
200 pounds of meat a day.
And good berry does not work on them because I asked this before. So
It has to
No.
be meat.
It has to be meat, yeah.
We have
But
to go
that's the good-
hunting
Yeah.
every day.
and I
Which is
Can I
which
make
makes it, which is fine because we could just either go and hunt deer because deer is a deer is bigger than a human, which should satisfy them enough.
You do know, by the way, that once a mimic feeds enough and gets enough food, it then gets so big that it splits into two mimics.
And then we have to worry about
Oh.
more mimics.
they're asexual reproduction creatures.
So honestly, it's
They
like
split, they
So
split by
we're-
mitosis.
we might have now doomed ourselves, maybe. But it's like these things are crazy. They can be a threat.
But they can make deals.
We need to learn population control.
Yeah.
DM,
reason
what
why
have you
is-
done?
What have I done?
No-
Look, we don't have much other choice. We're not fighting a whole building. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we're not fucking with a building.
I don't think the DM's gonna tell us what would have happened if we went to that side of the building yet.
If you went inside the building, you'd be quite literally in its mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm so glad I stayed away from the wall.
Yeah, that. Like, I was not joking when Jaden said that door could be a mimic.
It wasn't worse than the door.
I thought it had to be like a actual separate object not connected to anything.
Here's the
Not
thing. This is a mimic colony. This isn't just a normal mimic. So this is
Yeah.
basically several dozen mimics all working together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the only
Uh.
reason why they can communicate, by the way, because they can only get telepathic powers when they're this colonized and smart.
Yep.
Yes.
Uh.
Jaden, ooh. I don't know if I would ask it, but
While you're thinking about that, Henry would be up to Clocksford like, I know we haven't asked you much about this and you don't know about mimics. What do you feel about this?
Yeah, how do you feel about this, buddy? I didn't mean to argue.
As you're all talking, you see come out of the wall something interesting.
Oh?
You keep talking. He'll show
That's
up.
fine. And it's fine.
Oh,
Anyways, yeah, he's asking Henry is asking Clocksworth.
that Dread is asking.
Yes.
Clockwork.
Like, how do you feel about this?
I don't know how we'd manage to feed them every day, especially if we have another trip like the big carriage trip that we stayed in for like.
I mean, we just simply we stop at some point, we go out hunting. It's honestly, not, I wouldn't say too difficult, it's just, you just have to go out to hunt.
Can I make a suggestion?
I will say, by the way, if you feed them, let's say 600 pounds of meat, that will satisfy them for 3 days. So it doesn't need to be 200 every single day. If you give them a front load of, like, let's say 1,000 pounds of meat, then they'll eat that all right away and then be satisfied for multiple days.
Okay, so it basically isn't. Okay, so we can prep ahead of time. That's good.
Basically, yeah, if you want to do one giant hunting trip and hunt like a couple dozen deer, and then just feed them all to it, you could do that.
Good thing we're travelers, otherwise this would destroy populations.
Oh wow. Okay, so that means we could feed a mimic one deer and that'll be enough to feed it for 3 days.
No. It's
Yeah, no, actually that's correct, because it's 600 pounds of meat on a deer, I'm pretty.
Really?
It yields 52 pounds of meat, but I believe that's also enough to feed them for at least 2 days.
No, it needs 200 pounds of meat per day.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure
so
the average human has way less than 200 pounds of meat on them.
I was gonna say that's why I was like. Really?
Well, it has to
bone
basically
and all that.
eat a full person worth of meat a day. So it'd be however much meat is on a person.
Like 100
pretty-
pounds.
Okay, let me look up the meat on a person.
About 100
Right.
pounds.
I wonder what.
FBI, open up. Why are
Yes,
you-
I was about to say, what is? I was like, I wonder what your what the FBI would be like. Like, what are you researching?
75 pounds. It says
I
that a typical adult human would yield 75 pounds of meat.
35 pounds of meat.
Oh wow, so literally like 1.5 deers are enough to feed them.
Oh, that's actually really convenient.
Actually, I believe one singular deer is enough because a deer, I think, because the venison is 52 pounds, but a deer weighs 102 pounds. So I don't know if it's the weight is what they're asking for, or it's the meat itself.
It's the mass of the meat, actually.
And 120? And yeah, 100.
So then 102. Then yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the mass of the meat itself. It's off the entire deer, so that's 102. So literally, we just have to go and kill a bunch of deer, and then we're good.
I mean, we don't need to go kill off a whole herd like right away.
Basically, for deer, you can basically take what their weight is, divide that by 2, and that's their quote-unquote living meat of the amount of meat that they have. I will
Yeah.
say though, the mimics prefer fresh meat, so they prefer, eating it while the creature's still alive, if they can.
I have no issues with this.
Oh, that's fine. It's simply hunting. Kursoka will
Also-
relish in this.
Also, they're funny enough. Someone has literally done an explanation on mimic arrows. They're literally homing arrows if you have mimic arrows.
Oh.
That depends on how I rule them, but yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's something that can happen. That's kind of cool.
Hey, can we use what was that one thing Foxworth had that he used to launch that javelin before?
Catapult?
Yes, can we use catapult on this?
The mimic is too heavy.
On a smaller one or something.
This is the mimic that you're getting. Also, yes, there is a mimic in front of you, and the colony says, we will send this one and test your group. We might give you more if you can take good care of it. Though,
Very well.
do not cross us.
We do not plan on it.
Yeah,
However,
I still don't want to make it in the party or on a weapon, personally.
it's either this or you fight a giant house. Pick your poison.
You
Yeah.
could also just leave. There is always a possibility of just leaving.
I mean,
And
there was.
then-
Oh no.
but
I would like to
then
say
we don't
something.
get cool weapon.
So hang
And
on. I like
also-
here are the options, if I may speak. We
Yeah.
had option A, fight the house. Option B, walk away. Option C was no. We had 3 options the mimics gave us. We took the 4th option.
The fourth made up option, like our normal players always are.
It's like, no, we're not doing this. I'm sorry, DM. We're not doing those ways. We're going against it. How do you feel about this, DM?
Yeah, I thought you were still asking me questions.
Yeah.
Alright, that's my
I'm
question.
glad that you added on because that you added more to the conversation because I was about to reply to Zokrai. Well, if you put it that way, can I ready a fireball?
Please don't.
Oh god, no.
No.
Please don't.
Please, let's not.
Hmm.
I.
Jada will look at everyone else. I wouldn't want to tarnish Sylvester's gifts, so one of you might have to put your weapons
I'll take
on the
it.
line. Oh, okay.
Okay, have fun with it.
The mimic is in the form of a chest, by the way, right now, and it's just kind of looking at all of you, not sure what to make of the group.
Can I motion it over here to me, specifically?
You do, and as you do, you notice that. Hold on. How does this thing locomote? I need to look at that real quick.
Oh, that's a good
you-
question.
Legs. I think it can sprout spider-like legs.
No,
I don't know.
that's not how they move. I know they move with like dragging themselves along or something, but I need to check.
Whoa.
They wiggle. They just wiggle towards you.
No. Okay, so it basically extends its tongue onto the ground and starts pulling itself towards Sokurai with its tongue.
that funny enough, that's quite adorable. Funny enough.
It's
Yeah,
gross. But
which
okay.
it's not really a tongue, it's actually a pseudopod, but yeah.
Quick question. What we should give this mimic a name?
I'm gonna give it the name because I'm the one that's gonna keep it. So
Yeah, let's give the name. Make sure it's a good name. We don't want to tarnish the name.
Kevin the mimic.
Alright, and I have now made the mimic stat sheet available for everyone to see. So here you go.
okay.
Okay.
Let me take a read.
Well,
This is certainly Brishnox. What do you think about this?
so I guess one of the first things we should do is found a whole bunch of meat right now because the city is pretty big.
Later. We could probably do it. Like we could probably go out and hunt. You take
we could
like
probably-
because remember,
Ju-
Jane can still create a teleportation circle.
We can
It
do
just
that
means
right
you
now.
guys- Yeah. Well, later. Well, because Jane does actually want to ask a question. There is another question I want to ask if you don't mind answering.
Are you asking the Mimic Colony or me?
Yes. I'm asking the Mimic Colony.
What?
The question is, we got a lot of information about shadow creatures, and I want to ask myself if you got any information on that we could possibly connect it to, so we could try and stop it
They
from
don't-
down.
They are not good meat.
Oh, oh. You can see
Jaden-
Kursoka's mood sours like ah.
And it's like, okay. Do you know where they could possibly be located? Because they might stop the progress of more superior divine meat.
Does it look like I travel?
Jaden looks at the mimic who just dragged their tongue. Then thinks about the giant, like, the giant house's tongue. I guess not. Sorry for wasting your time.
It's fine. Oh, one more thing. Before you go,
Yes.
the only reason we not just eat you, you are all strong. We fear for our survival.
Ah, so what you're saying is that if we weren't strong, if we were just normal citizens, you would have just consumed us right away.
We would have let you stupidly wander into building and consume you. To feed the colony.
Okay. This music doesn't make him creepy. Now he's just adorable.
He's still a threat, but it's funny. All of that. It's funny. They don't have gender, so.
I honestly would honestly want to give this mimic a name.
No. We wouldn't give the mimic a name. The mimic would name itself.
But Dana would ask, if you don't mind, maybe we could get to know each other more personal level. Do you have a name by any chance?
Kirk.
Oh, I already.
Herc.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I already gave the name, but okay.
And when
No,
you
no,
hear
the-
that
the
name,
giant-
you recognize it as a name, but it also just more sounds like he's just making a guttural sound more than actually saying a name.
Oh, okay.
Herc. The
Herc.
mimic house.
The mimic house. That sounds fitting.
Colony. Yeah.
I will
That-
have everyone make a knowledge roll, by the way. It can be whatever check you want, just something related to knowledge.
Okay,
Oh my
cool.
Either an
Anyone-
intelligence or wisdom check of some kind.
You need
Oh,
to
alright,
check for
well,
wisdom
my
check.
forte.
Anyone giving me guidance?
I'll give you guidance. Yeah.
Make sure to not have Council of the Past active, because that's already been
I know.
wasted.
Clocksworth,
giving
you
you-
roll this as well.
15.
What? Oh shit! Wait, not raw. Why did I roll it raw?
Where is Hoonery? There's Hoonery.
I didn't.
Where's
I
that?
wanted to investigate. No.
Wait, can I roll investigation?
You're allowed to roll investigation, yes.
Alright,
Oh,
cool. Can
I'm
I roll?
thinking investigation. That makes more
Can I
sense.
pick Arcana?
Herc.
Still got a weapon? Are you kidding me?
Uh,
And then
Oh, whoops, forgot to put guidance. Oh well.
that's fine. Go ahead and roll a d4, Clocksworth.
it has an investigation.
Okay, to Dread and Hoonery, it occurs to both of you what's probably going on here. And Karsoka, it occurs to all three of you what's going on here.
Alright.
Would you like to know?
Yes. I would like to know.
Did someone
Oh,
ever answer
no.
no to that question?
I'm just imagining like Fox and Lou are like, What are they doing?
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious when they show back up and just have a mimic named Kevin.
So we have a mimic named
Hey, I didn't
Kevin.
mean
So,
What?
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I already named it.
Yeah. Hollow. It's Hollow. So simply,
What?
well, here's what we're gonna say to Dracul. Dracul, here's our mimic. When this mimic grows older and then splits, you will have, or when we get more, you will be taking care of that one. Definitely, I'm pretty sure you would like it.
What did you name it, Zokoi?
Hello.
Spell that for me. I don't know how that's spelled out.
Hollow.
Oh, hollow. I couldn't tell if you're saying hollow or follow.
I would have given it a joke name. Just give it the name Kevin. Kevin the Mimic.
Oh my god, that's so generic.
I mean, to be fair, I was tempted to name it Chesty the Chest after the one from Don't Starve.
Oh my.
Also, a reminder, that Mimic also, we can actually store our objects in it if it were to allow us to.
It is in the chest form right now, yes. Also, actually, let me do something real quick. So, I'm going to roll on the loot table to see what it actually does have some items inside of it already. Does anyone want to
okay.
reach their hand inside the mimic to pull out the items?
I am gonna take
Ja-
that chance.
You know what? You know what? Jaden's gonna do it. He's gonna reach his hands in, and he's like, ew, ew,
Do both of you do it at the same time? Because Zokoi was also going to do it.
Do we?
Uh,
I think it's a rare case of more people gives you a higher chance to fail.
and no, I'm keeping my hand out. Keeping my hand out, then there is.
Okay, Jaden, make me a wisdom save to see if you have the nerve to do this.
Oh god. I have 5 wisdom save. 12.
Okay, you're able to muster up the courage to do this, and it does not chomp down on your hands.
Okay,
You,
cool.
you are able to pull out the following.
Okay, let's see what we pull out of this thing.
Second grocer loot table.
Korsoko's like, do it, do it, do it, do it.
I'm doing it. I rolled already. I'm just currently telling you guys what you got. So I need to roll on a different table because got a certain item.
I'm pretty sure Brishnox is just amused by all of this.
So Fisher is probably just lost a fucking what?
You
A
found
blowgun?
20 blowgun needles inside of there,
Okay.
as well as hold on.
Restroom break. Speaking of which, I should go stretch.
Okay, yeah, go and go use. You also find 20. You find 43 copper pieces and 10 silver pieces.
How many of those are? I was about to look. How many of those are actually mimics?
None of
Kidding,
those.
just-
These are not mimics. Also, we're going to officially take a break. I want to go make some lunch, so we'll be right back, everyone.
All right, cool. I need to go to the intermission screen.
I am not gonna need those. We're not gonna need those needles. I can just imagine, like, if any like pro D&D players like were here, they're like, "What the fuck are they doing with the mimics?"
Listen, the mimic was a house. If we walked in, we probably would have been died. We probably would have. Maybe. It probably would have been a difficult fight.
The
That would've been a hard
fact that the mimic was careful because of our strength makes me think that it wasn't a guaranteed thing.
Here's the thing. It knew that we could fight. That is why it didn't want to take the chance.
Mm-hmm.
It could tell that we're not stupid. We're not gonna mess with going into the house. So they could tell, no, these guys are smart. Also, your passive out traits didn't work on them, so they probably have blind spots.
That, or the fact that we were too close to them to when we activated it. Maybe.
Probably.
Eh.
That is something to think about. Holy shit.
Or perhaps it has something to do with the roll that happened just before we started hearing it that happened to be in at 20.
Oh, God.
I mean,
The
listen.
other-
It's
The
never
other
mind.
thing. Yeah, sorry. What else was I gonna ask? And also, it was kind of interesting that, yeah, they have information on the shadows. It's not good information, but it's information.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not tasty. That's all you need to know is that they're not tasty.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like that was a fun answer.
Listen, if we have to, if this colony ends up having to move, we'll just have them change into a horde mimic. And you know, just when we have our own horde, we have a mimic in the horde. And just, you know, they're trying to catch people that are trying to kill us. Perfect. We'll eventually need to do tower defense at some point, and yeah.
Oh god.
Oh God, I don't want to.
Nightmare.
I do not want to think about that.
Too bad.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. I don't, like, no one has told me, but I just feel like it's gonna happen at some point.
It probably is, considering we're gonna have a base.
I mean, we have a movable base.
Yeah, but I meant like a more defendable one.
Yeah.
True.
Also, I can just imagine Sylvester was like, "The fuck is Jada doing? This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen."
It's the best idea he's ever had and you've ever had for this. So
Here's the
I'm gonna
thing:
give
as
it
soon as this mimic started speaking, I'm like, I could converse with this. Oh God, I could make a mimic weapon.
How long have you been wanting to make a mimic weapon?
Very long. That has been a dream for me to make make a mimic weapon in D&D because, oh my God, if a normal mimic you can't converse with, they are hunters. They will fight and they will kill whatever they can. If they can't win, they will die. But if it's a colony, they are intelligent. You can converse with them and you can make trades with them.
Jaden, what do you think of your possible backup base right in front of you right now?
no, we are not using this space. You better not use this base. or I'm
Hell
going
no!
in here.
Because if we don't
No.
feed this, because if we don't feed that fucker, he's gonna be like, "All right, yeah, no, you're done. Yeah, you're fucked. You're
Yeah,
just
that's
dead.
why I'm like. So Zokurai was not on board with this idea and still is not. Because what if it tries to eat us in our sleep? You know?
Yeah, that
I'm still
would be a
against
bad
the
idea.
Yeah, that was what
Having
my line of
but-
thinking.
Yeah, but if we have an actual mimic as a weapon, that is some good ass shit. Because that means we have a very good weapon to use if we get into a dangerous situation.
What makes a mimic weapon better than like an
It can-
enchanted?
It can devour. It can eat. That's what it can do.
It can make bodies go. It can make bodies disappear.
Yeah.
Do its own action?
I don't know how Bug's gonna rule it, but I did find a TikTok where someone was explaining how you could make a mimic, like they explained like their own magical weapon was a mimic weapon, like a mimic sword, a mimic greatsword, that kind of stuff. And it literally had like its own rule to where you could have the sword grapple a target, and when that target is grappled, when it comes to your turn, if the target is not freed, it just gets swallowed by the sword.
That seems overpowered as hell. Plus they're gonna escape
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
But,
they
you
have to-
know,
they have to-
hey-
they're trying to escape it.
But listen, that means we have to exploit. Means large creatures, we have to find different ways to grapple.
Oh no,
Oh,
this thing can grapple huge creatures.
Yeah, I just realized, like, wait a second. What if there's an attack on this town? Just bring it over here, and it's like, all right, sir, or like, all right, house mimic, enjoy.
We would just be like, "Hey, Herc!" We just yell out loud, like there's a Tarrasque about to attack the town. We're like, "Hey, Herc! We found dinner." We point at the fucking Tarrasque.
The worst thing that could be happening, like, that's not good meat. Like, darn it.
Well, here's the thing.
Battle.
It's not going to obviously fight something that it thinks it's going to die from.
The
I
battle
know.
would be legendary. Imagine two kaijus going at it. And
Alright,
A fucking house eats.
alright. Oh yeah, there's also this other, I
I'm
didn't go on this
sorry.
tangent yet of like a mimic story, but there was this Halloween session of a campaign I was watching where there's a literal house mimic because the mimic got too large.
Yeah, that's possible.
And it's like, I'm a bouncing house, I'm a bouncing house, I'm a bouncing house, because I'm trying not to go insane.
Speaking of
I'll
house
just-
mimics, here's the inspiration I got for this thing. I'm posting in voice channel text.
Oh, you got from that image once. I remember that image once.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that
the haunted
one.
house.
Oh,
The haunted house. Yeah, I remember that.
Was it
Oh, I
Monster?
love that.
Monster House.
It's
Yeah,
Monster
Monster
House,
House,
yeah. I love that movie, but yeah, that's where I got the inspiration for this from. Was just, hey, what if we had? Oh, hey, they went to clear out some mimics from this building. Come to find out, the entire building is mimics.
So here's a
Yeah.
funny joke. Here's a funny joke. Like, all right, Jaden, how do like your future backup base right in front of you? Jaden, hell no.
yeah, in a
No.
heartbeat, that was no.
I do not want to die, and I do not want Sylvester to laugh maniacally as now that being the base. I can already imagine he's probably laughing his ass off at the fact that we literally now have a pet mimic.
Yeah. Actually, okay, I did want to try asking a question. I've been trying to for a while.
Oh,
Yeah, so you said I can't just directly feed it a good berry. But what if we, like, you know how, like, there's rub meat? You know?
you cannot use a good berry to cheese its calorie need.
I'm not trying to say to, like, ask is like, hey, if you feel satisfied, I mean, we still have to feed the same amount, but, like, not always hungry or lessens the hunger a little bit.
It's not always hungry if you actually properly feed it.
I thought it was just
Yeah.
always hungry.
No,
Alright.
No.
Just
Hey, they-
eat a
they-
lot
they
and
do
not
ha-
feel hungry.
They just eat a lot. Mimics just eat a lot. That's their entire shtick.
It's like we
Good
just need to go
berry.
hunting.
Okay. Then, I just add good berry for flavor. Rub it on.
I will say, while
That-
this entire conversation was happening, the mimic went back to its normal chest form.
Yeah.
What form was it in before?
Best.
It was in the mimic eyes version, which is like teeth and tongue and stuff.
Ah,
I'll be back. I need
Yeah.
water.
Okay.
okay.
Go drink your water.
So, what weapon are you gonna make this mimic be?
This part is totally up to me. So, what's the best? Can I make it? It's ask Bug, but I want to try to make it a cable.
You know,
Cable? I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna ask Bug. So I'm gonna do like a rapier or something else.
You could go smart and make it one of your bullets.
Here's the thing.
Then what if I lose it? If I lose it, then I can't get it back.
Okay, so here's the thing. Mimics are not automatically humming. But
Okay.
while it's a weapon, it would still have all properties that a normal mimic does. Meaning, look at what a normal mimic is capable of doing and see how you could apply those things to achieve magical-like effects. Like, for example, shape changer, adhesive, false appearance, grappler, that sort of stuff.
Maybe like the weapon grabs someone as I hit them with it.
Because imagine a thing, for example, it's like a giant warhammer that when you smack someone with it, it does bludgeoning damage and then also grapples them.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
That's what I was imagining.
That could be very useful for someone. That could be especially useful for I forgot.
Jakul.
Cool.
Dracul. Yeah, Dracul
Yeah,
specifically because
You could
Dracul
also
is
have it
loving
be
this
a mimic cloak. Have it in the form of like clothing or a cloak and have it be able to change its appearance at any time. To look like different fashions and different emblems and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a cloak of many fashions, but as a mimic.
Yeah, now
Ow.
granted, you would be literally wearing a mimic, so you would kind of sort of be in its mouth at that point. But if it's tamed and you trust it,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't trust it right now, so...
Listen, this thing will
Nice.
become your best friend. Your second best friend. First one being Dread.
Yes. Alright.
so
Yeah, honestly.
fun fact about mimics, they burn almost no calories while they're in their inanimate object form. They only burn calories when they turn into their other form, the hunting form.
Oh.
So that's kind of why they're able to sustain for a while. They just kind of...
Basically,
your hibernation.
they just sit in waiting for a very long ass time.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay,
what's
so
very
that
good.
can be like
Yeah, and that also kind of makes sense because that means we don't have very much. Because now that they know that they could be our weapons, they don't have to do all the work.
Yeah, they can just
No?
look like a normal warhammer for a while, and then when you hit a target, that's when they turn into more of their hunter form and latch onto the target.
Yeah.
Can they attack after we swing? If we don't
It
try
would
to double?
technically have its own initiative count.
So,
Yeah.
oh. This reminds me of God Eater, if you know what that game is.
Oh, I know God Eater. I know it.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Yes.
No.
What weapon should I make it for myself, though?
Honestly, I think what would be a good weapon, well, for you, you're more of a range combatant. We should make it a weapon for possibly a melee fighter like me and Dracul.
But first of all, Dracool's not here. Second, I called dibs. So,
Dibs. We're gonna receive more in time, don't worry.
yeah, that's why I'm not really worried about giving it to someone else.
Do you have a shield? You could make it a shield.
I have a shield already. Oh, imagine I block with my shield, and then the mimic grabs the
Bites.
person's weapon or
Yeah,
arm.
that's what I'm thinking. You could do that.
Ooh, a shield bash to grapple. Ooh, that sounds fun.
I can't bash with my shield, but still. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Like if
Okay.
someone gets too close, that's basically your way of the mimic understanding that okay, now I can snap, now I can fight.
And
can
I
act
make
it.
it a... Say we can make it close. If someone hits me, physically, this would be a dumb idea because the mimic would get hit too, but... If the mimic gets hit and then activates, could it stab someone? Say they're like swinging with their sword or punching with their fist? Whatever.
As this was happening, you guys have been standing here talking about this for so long that one of the juvenile mimics wanders out here to look at all of you. And it is currently a candle. It is currently a mimic candle.
Jaden just
That's
looks
so
at it.
cute.
Jaden just looks at it and he's like, doesn't know, but he wants to pet it, but also doesn't want to pet it.
Hey, wait. If it's a candle, does that mean it's actually making fire?
Yes.
Karasoko pulls out the candle deep and goes to light the candle with the fire.
And
make it a
when that
candle
happens,
deep?
the mimic looks over at Karsoka and then kind of leaps to leap onto the candle of the deep.
Oh god.
Oh god, no.
Karasoka's just watching
done?
this. What?
Oh, okay.
We're having fun. Can I have fun? I want to have
I
fun.
mean, yes,
It
I'm
slowly-
just worried that it's gonna destroy
It
the candle.
slowly molds itself over the candle of the deep and seemingly forms into the form of the candle of the deep.
See, look,
We
so we
just
got a
lose
candle
our
deep moving.
item. Oh,
You
we
did
just
know.
lost our item. Ah.
Jaden's just like, okay, guess we got two mimics now.
Karasoka's just smiling.
I think
But-
this other one is bonded with Karsoka. Karsoka, what would you like to name it?
Kevin.
Karsoka's naming, not Jaden's.
Yeah.
No, 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 not no, no.
What does Karsoka want to name it? Not Hooteri, Karsoka.
Karsoka.
I know. I'm trying to think. Kosoka was like, pie. No, no.
Okay, it is
Whack.
named Pie
No.
then. It's
What?
now named Pie.
Pie the Mimic! Pie the Mimic! We have Hollow and
That's
Pie.
gonna get so
And it
confusing.
now turns
No.
into the form of a pie.
If
Oh,
you
God.
try to fight it, I will kill you.
I swear, if Karsoka tries to eat the mimic pie.
We are going to die. Do not.
I am restraining myself. I am restraining myself. I am restraining myself. I am
Do
restraining
something
myself from the
Do
pie.
something.
Jaden will physically whip out all of, like his hairpin rope and try, and I'll say, if you eat that mimic, I will tie your muzzle shut with this rope.
I won't eat the mimic. I won't eat pie. I will not eat pie.
Let's turn something
Uh,
else.
Pie stat block is now available for everyone to look at. Also, Zoker, I dragged Hollow down to your characters, so he's now in your thing. And
I picture Brishnox is just like, my son, what are you having done?
But that does add on to something. That means you can have your shield turn into that mimic.
Hi, Loganic. Welcome to Funny Things.
Chaos. This is chaos.
funny shenanigans involving mimics.
So,
And
long
yes.
story short, we are right next to a building. This building is a mimic.
And
we
they-
have two mimics.
They
have
made
recruited two mimics to the
bargains.
party. We have recruited two mimics to the party. One of them being Hollow, the other one being Pie, because Karsoka likes pie and couldn't think of a better name.
House? Yeah, that's that.
Yeah. You ever hear Monster House? It's that. Yeah.
I can't. It's fine.
We could, you could also make the mimic, oh god. I just thought something hilarious. You could make the mimic a cart.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
not big enough because one of them's a medium creature and the other one is tiny. Why is there now two of them? Stop that.
I
Damn.
made one. Don't know why that one was there.
It's fine. It's fine. I have
Okay.
a tiny. Karsoka
I
has
was
a tiny
editing
mimic.
them.
Oh. Okay.
It's fine.
So,
Anyway,
What is that?
one of them is currently small, and the other one is medium, and that is actually a restriction on how much you can form them into. Whatever you form Hollow into will be a medium-sized thing, so it will be roughly the size of a person. Size of a chest. It'll be the size of a chest.
As
Oh,
That's why I said a giant
I'm-
two-handed warhammer as one of my examples.
okay.
as
I was unsure because when you told us to go look at what a mimic can do, I just saw the shapeshifter, the shape changer thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I didn't know polymorpher was restrictive on size.
Well, no, because wait, does Shape Changer just say it works like polymorph?
The
No,
mimic can
no,
move
it
back and to
says-
polymorph into an object or back into its true amorphous form.
Huh.
The statistics are the same in each form, so I don't know if that includes size or not.
I think it doesn't mean polymorph as in the spell in this case. I think polymorph as in like what the actual word means. Let me look up
Okay.
what the
Yeah.
word means. Polymorph definition. In this case, polymorph means an organism or inorganic object or material which takes various forms.
yeah.
Okay, so that's what polymorphing in this case means. It does not mean it's literally the spell. It can take various forms of its size.
Okay.
Like for example, it could become a chest, a door, a table, a chair, stuff like that.
Okay.
Are
It
Are
can
these
also, by the
going-
way, increase and decrease its density. It just can't increase its mass or decrease its mass.
Okay.
The only way for it to
Alright.
decrease its mass is if it's split in half, which it can't do voluntarily.
And would probably not like it anyways.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting question. Like, does Jack count as a thing?
Where's Karsoka?
Karsoka's not out
Oh.
because I have to. He's currently tiny form.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'll just stick this next to Hunter.
Pi.
Ah.
We now have Pi, the mimic.
You have attained by. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I has joined the party.
That Fire Emblem music intensifies.
My army is building. We have 2 mimics now. Our army is building.
It's like, well, we can move. It's like, well, we can move on from this mission. We got all the optional recruits.
It's like any other optional recruits. Karsoka's like, yes, you and I will become the best of friends. We will go hunt.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
I
Because
will-
I'm unsure if a good thing to say with while we're while we're in front of the house. I'd like to cast message at towards Jaden and ask him if we should try and update the people doing the mission that the entire house is a mimic.
Jaden would look at him and just nod, as if saying, "Yes, we should."
do you all remember who?
No,
Gave you the
you
mission?
never
I don't.
told us who gave that.
I don't think I was. I don't think I was there when they took the missions.
Even then, I don't think you told any of us who
Yeah,
gave us the quest.
We were just told to clear out mimics. That's all I was informed.
Who told you that, by the way?
Don't
I
know.
believe it was what's her name? I always
Is
forget
the
her
guild
name.
leader herself?
Faction leader.
Tokyo?
Was it Toshio?
Yeah, Toshio. Toshio
Yes,
told
Toshi is
Jaden.
the only one. Guess what?
Because remember, Jaden asked Toshio if there's anything he could do for her, and she told her about the mimic, the shadows, and the cult.
Yeah. He also mentioned. He also mentioned that no one's managed to clear them out before.
Mm.
Oh,
And
we're
so he's
not
fine.
the exception. Yeah.
Which implies that they all either got eaten or they all took the route that you're taking, where they just left.
Well, I don't think they took this extreme.
No, they didn't take this route.
By the way,
We-
No,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
No
like,
one
they
took-
didn't
no
take
one
this
ta-
route.
no one takes this route. No one does. Only the really insane do.
Don't make me play Insanity. I will go and put up Insanity on stream now.
Don't make me add sanity as a stat in this game now.
No.
No,
That is
no.
actually an optional stat in D&D. I could add it in.
Please.
I rather not.
And no,
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay, so Jaden has a sanity of 6. Zoka...
Jaden's already insane.
Is that
He's,
is the
will
fantasy
eat
stuff for
it
like
all.
a Cthulhu campaign or something?
Right.
yeah.
It's meant for like the
Jay-
survival horror D&D campaigns, but yeah.
Guys, the door handle. It's a mushroom.
I most decent.
Goodness.
Then all of a sudden, Jaden gets
Ah,
visions
fun.
of meteors from the sky. Wait, what?
Guys, I'm hallucinating.
So, getting back into it, what is everyone
Yeah.
wanting to do at this point? Because all of you just been standing around chatting in front of the mimic house, basically. All that.
Well, I'd
Oh,
say
God.
since it's the middle of the night, we could try and look for shadow people or shadow creatures.
Sure, we might as well kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, where possible sightings are, where possible people say there are possible sightings of those shadow creatures. And while doing that, yes, Zokrai is carrying around carrying around Hollow and whatever Hollow is.
I will tell Hollow to be for now a glove. No, yeah.
Also, by the way, for Karsoka, when he goes back to his normal large form, Pi automatically forms into a helmet that goes on Karsoka's head.
Aww.
That's cute.
That's very
adorable.
cute. That's very cute.
Yeah. So Karsoka has a new helmet now.
Alright, I'm putting that in Karsoka's inventory now.
Pi, the helmet.
Um,
Oh, right. I had one more question. Can I make this thing the cable?
Cable? What do you mean by cable?
Artificer cable.
Oh,
Then-
you don't have knowledge of those.
Damn it.
Also, those needs need to grow and shrink, and it's something a mimic cannot do.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll just have it as a glove, but I think I'll
You
have
could
it...
turn it into your
Maybe.
modular armor.
No, I don't trust that thing to be my armor right now.
Considering that modular armor literally covers every inch of your body, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you would need to be
Also-
insane.
Like,
I will say, by the
I
way,
sh-
if you do wear it as armor, it can imitate armor. It automatically counts as cast-off armor,
What does that mean?
which means it can be donned or doffed as an action. It does not need to take like a full 10 minutes to take off heavy armor if it's a cast-off
Yeah.
armor.
I can already do that with my own armor, though, so...
I know, but I mentioned that because of Clockswork.
Oh yeah, that'd
like,
be useful for
like,
other people.
like I, s- like I said, I honestly think the only one who would be suitable for Hollow is literally Dracul.
Or... Yeah, but we'll get more later, so it doesn't really matter at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hollow looks up at you and just kind of motions. He kind of looks up at you and then reaches a pseudopod out and taps Sokurai on the back.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll turn around.
And then, do you react to this, Sokurai?
He would be a little nervous, but just casually turn around.
Okay.
Raise what it wants.
And as that happens, as you turn around, you feel something slightly heavy on your back, but then you feel straps go over your shoulders and connect around as it forms into a backpack on your back.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's nifty.
So Hollow
That
is now
works, yeah.
officially your backpack.
Well, that's a great use for this thing.
That's a great use for this thing that could possibly eat me in the middle of my sleep.
Well,
If
I
you
will
don't
say, by the
prosthetic-
way, while it's operating as a backpack, it can store any of your items, and if anyone tries to steal from you, obviously it will just bite them. But in
Right.
addition to this, you can use its carry weight for any item it's carrying instead of your carry weight.
Neat.
Damn, how many things do I have to make character sheets? Holy God.
Which, go ahead and, for reference on what its carry weight is, by the way, let me look at strength.
Probably something we
70.
can stop. Probably something we
That's
can working
fun.
on
It's-
for next session.
Its strength multiplied by 10, I'm pretty sure, so it'd be 170 pounds.
Oh. Jesus. That's a lot. Yeah, I'll work over the details of what weapon I want it to be exactly later for combat situations.
Right, but for now, it's a backpack. That's
Yeah,
workable.
but thank you for just picking something, because I would have mulled
Yeah.
over this all day.
I figured this is nice little things like, oh yeah, that's backpack for you, and then for Korsoka, it's a helmet.
Yeah.
So, shall we move on?
Yes. It is already getting late for me. It's like almost 8 o'clock.
If you want to call the session
Nice.
here, we can. Up to
I
you.
mean, We spent an entire session talking to a house.
To be fair, though, it was fun, wasn't it?
This was a
Yes.
funny session.
Yes, it
I'm
was.
happy for this session. This was a fun session.
and I'm so happy about it because I did not want to fight an entire fucking house.
Yes, you
yeah,
did.
Right?
no.
I would have liked to do it, but I have no experience in D&D, so I would probably end up badly.
I will go ahead and
Also-
tell you as players, by the way, you know the Horde Mimic from Fizbane's?
Yeah.
Ima-
Yeah.
Imagine that, but statted up to be stronger, like a CR12 instead of CR8. That's what this thing
Wait.
is.
Ah,
Oh,
This is a CR12.
Oh, we're not gonna kill this. No way.
That's just
No,
the building itself, let alone all the mimics inside of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, we would have not been able to kill that thing, and then hell no.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
especially
would've
considering it.
died.
I'm glad I didn't go with the reaction. Is that an honest choice? Reddy's fireball?
I have a question, DM. What was your plan if we did go inside?
If you did go inside, I was going to say roll initiative. As you
Yeah.
notice, as all of you would have noticed on the ground, there's a thin veneer of acid covering all the grounds.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
I was making a joke out of the fact that door could be a mimic, and it's like, yeah, no, it's not just the door; it's the entire fucking house.
Right. It got the appropriate reaction. I like the reaction of you guys as being floored by that fact.
Yeah.
Plus, the other benefit is since not much happens, the other players didn't miss much. Well,
Right.
okay, they missed this, but they didn't miss like much in the grand scheme.
Yeah, we didn't.
And it's like, okay, so this new session, yeah, everyone else died.
That would have been a thing if we entered the mimic. If we entered the mimic house, I feel like the story that we'd have to tell the other people would be vastly different.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what my plan was gonna be. We would all walk in, Rich Knox would be staying outside, and then combat ensued and like, okay, we're trapped outside. And then I feel like, now that the Mimic and Rich Knox are gonna have a conversation like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit out here, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Ahsoka
Like-
Hunari swaps places,
like-
I'm quitting out. Oh, screw you, son!
What is 17 times 15?
55, I think.
17 times 15? 355?
No.
Wait, 255.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Then that is the carry weight of the mimic backpack.
Yeah, 255. Let's go.
Wow. That is good.
Yeah.
It's also not a magic item, but it is a living creature. So, there you go.
Yeah.
I have a Karsoka now has a cosmetic item that is a living creature.
Yeah. Though it's not just cosmetic. You want to know what's the other fun part about that?
Go on.
If people hit Karsoka in the head, the mimic takes the damage, not Karsoka.
See, that's why I didn't want to have it as armor as well, because I didn't want it to die.
And
Yeah.
It picked it. It decided to pick this, and Karsoka's fine with
Yeah.
this.
This technically the same be true for Zokarat, but it's a backpack, so they're not likely to hit you in the back unless they're, a thief. But granted, if they're a rogue trying to stab you in the back, no, they can't, because they'll stab the mimic.
Oh, now I got my front.
They'll get grappled with disadvantage to get hit because it's an object form and
Yeah.
adheres to anything that touches it, and then the mimic can start attacking it.
You'll have advantage to attack them at that point because it would be an object form, meaning they automatically get grappled, and they have a DC 13 check to try and escape with a disadvantage on it. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Because it just straight up has the stat sheet. Also, I want to point out, Karsoka's mimic has spider clap.
Why?
Clap, 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 clap.
The juvenile mimics are small enough that they have spider climb, meaning they can climb on vertical surfaces, like the ceiling.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun.
If
Horror.
if you transform the mimic into a weapon, you can basically have it ready in action to use pseudopod with like, oh hey, when I enter another creature's space or something.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
honestly-
it says that there's no languages here, but technically, if we look at the juvenile mimic, it's supposed to be languages in this case of common, undercommon, and telepathy to a range of 120 feet. I'm editing that right now, so quick.
Alright.
Fair.
Oh god, okay. Pi should just speak in a cutesy voice.
I more thought of it be like Muggy from Fallout New Vegas, where he's like, "I'll bite your ankles off." I must have mugs.
I feel like Pi would say this is like, if I'm the one to kill you, I'll bite your ankles off one day.
Ooh. Although, if it's adhesive and it's a weapon and it grapples the enemy target, I feel like it would be suddenly a bit harder to go and hit another target.
Right? No,
Well-
the weapon would be stuck on it.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's why it's a one-time use thing, which is why I wouldn't want to use it for Jaden, because that means Jaden has to use it and then spend a action to like resummon his actual greatsword, which is why I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not deal with that.
So, we'll note something kind of cool about using a mimic as a weapon is that there is grappling, yes, but the mimic can change its appearance at its will, meaning it can turn into various different weapons in the middle of a battle.
Right.
Yeah.
Like different weapons for different situations.
Yeah, so it could be like a spear one moment, a naginata another, a great sword at different moments, depending on what you need.
Oh god, I can just imagine how bad it's supposed to be. It's like it's first just acts as this tiny little knife, and then Zokai swings at like the knife, and it turns into like a great sword, and then back into a knife.
Oh my
Well, it
god.
can't get
Wait.
bigger and smaller. It has to stay the same size.
Ah.
Yeah.
Though it could, for example, put a lot of its stuff up his arm and then have the rest just be a small knife. And then, like, he
Oh.
stabs into someone, and then all of it from his arm just shoots into the person, into a giant long sword.
That would be badass.
And yeah,
That's
you could do
straight
that
up-
too. You
That's
could-
straight up prototype shit.
yeah,
Oh
you
my
could
god,
straight up do
prototype.
prototype shit with this.
We could do many things with mimics, scary things that most people would say, why are you doing that? That's insane. And then the players would be like, no, these are my friends.
Mimics are friends, not foes.
Yes.
Makes a friends, not foes.
Okay, I now want to make a character who was raised by mimics. Somehow.
Oh god.
Somehow.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Like all his equipment are mimics.
Oh
But
my god.
You would need special permission from the DM for that. And be like,
Yeah.
so how are we able to live in this mimic colony without dying? I am a child that is wanting to be, that people want dead, and they try to come and kill me, but they get consumed by the mimics. And so it's like, you gave us good food.
That would be great circumstances.
And because since he's on like a hit list from someone, it's like, there's always constantly food. We need a place to go. I have a place. It's a mimic house. Yeah, and? It's my home.
Fuck around and find out.
Don't steal that game. Not steal.
So yeah, this is a
that-
ton of fun. Also, I finished editing Hollow's stat sheet. It's now proper.
Hey.
Uh,
Are these gonna be okay? This is
Oh my
important.
god.
Are these
Fox
psychic
and
rules?
Lou are gonna ask a lot of questions.
Fox is gonna be jealous.
Fox is gonna love this.
He's gonna love it and
Oh,
be jealous,
God.
like, aw, I wish I was here. It's fine.
To be fair,
also, I
we're
feel-
ending the session with you guys outside the house. They could show up outside the house and talk to
I
you
think-
guys.
I feel like we're gonna spend like another half hour or an hour just in front of the house. Also, I feel bad for everyone who's now watching because, I'm ending soon.
Honestly, I would be totally fine if you guys did a whole nother stream of just spending 4 hours in front of this house talking about it. I would be fine with
would
that.
not be mad.
Listen, we're like Karsoga says, we're gonna go hunting.
Like I was prepared to fight like maybe like 5 or 10 mimics. I was prepared. No,
But
it is
then
an
the
entire
house
house.
Ah,
Like, yeah, no.
you underestimate the insanity that is my combat encounters.
Hi, yes, I may have two-shotted party members over in my campaigns that I'm doing tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have a laugh. I can imagine it when you're like, oh yeah, what did you do today? Whoa, so what did you do today, Blue? Oh yeah, we got pet mimics.
Yes.
Oh,
Also,
which is
people
named
on
Pi.
Twitch, I have a YouTube and Discord. They are down in the description. YouTube, I have a Discord and Twitch down in the description. Also, give Pi food. Also,
Yeah.
what happened to my my deep candle? Candle to deep. Is it now the mimic or is it just completely gone?
It's now, good question, actually. I think it's now just a part of the mimic.
Cool. So the mimic is now the candle to deep. Wonderful.
Yeah, which means that the mimic can now glow with a blue flame at any time.
Does this mean that mimics?
Mimics have the capabilities to use magic items, I will say.
Oh no!
Oh god, I just thought of something. What if we taught a mimic how to cast magic?
I mean,
Oh.
if you gave it a book of magical knowledge, and if it knew how to read, realistically, yes, it could learn from the books of magical knowledge.
We need to do that. We need these mimics to become sidekicks, so they become actual characters that we can use.
That's what I was
Yes.
gonna ask. Like, can they become psychics?
I don't know if I want to go that far, because that just make them even more overpowered.
I wouldn't say that. I would say maybe not yet. We need to build up their trust.
Yeah, to be fair,
Yeah.
you're still on trial period. I'd say give it a month, and then maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think Karsoka's so eager to like? Let's go hunting. Let's get them their trust.
Oh,
Hunting for the
gee,
food.
okay.
Question: Does their intelligence go back down when they get far from the horde or the colony?
No. If they're born in the colony, they have high intelligence and high charisma, and they have telepathy and
my-
stuff.
They are very
The
persuasive.
regular mimic stat block that is assuming it's not part of a colony. But if you look at juvenile mimic, that tells you what it is if it's part of a colony. So in this case, that's why I edited up Hollow's stats to be more in line with the juvenile mimic.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Also, I will mention, by the way, it says telepathy 120 feet. I'm adding in a rule that if a mimic comes from a colony, it can always contact that colony as long as it's on the same plane of existence.
Oh god.
Fair enough.
Because it's all part of one collective.
That's useful. Interesting.
Oh,
Alright.
No,
I guess
it is kind of cool to have an entire mimic colony on speed dial.
It is. It's like, wait, where are we? Are we on our plane? I don't know. Speed dial the mimic colony.
This
Speed
does
dial
mean that-
Herc.
This does mean
Speed
that
dial
one.
Herc.
Oh.
I just said speed dial Herc.
Right. Actually, that's a good
Alright.
question. Silvestro, will you allow them to contact their colony while in the carriage? Sure.
Oh god. Silvestro's probably having a time of his life right now.
Silvestro's just kind of smiling, and he's like, "Oh, so you have a pet mimic now too, huh?"
two?
I
What
should
do
have
you
known.
think?
I should have known.
Spoiler alert, Silvestro has a pet mimic. His horde is also a mimic.
Yeah, his whole
Yes,
horde is a mimic.
makes sense. Makes... You know, that makes me wonder about Kasharna. Does Kasharna have a pet mimic somewhere?
As far as I
And-
know, no.
Cool. I can imagine Karsoka going up like, Mom, I have a pet mimic now.
Right.
like- She would just be like, what the fuck, Hunari?
What the hell was that high-pitched noise?
Hooner would just be like, was it my fault? Karsoka's just too adorable, apparently, even without the adorable evolution.
Right.
Sweetie, Brishnox, why'd you let them get a pet mimic? Let the children enjoy themselves.
Let the children enjoy themselves.
Honestly,
It's not
having
like
a
they
pet
have-
mimic is not bad.
No, it's not if you can earn their trust.
Yes.
They can do so many things.
I will say
But it-
though, your mother does have horde scarabs.
That's okay, that's fair enough.
It's a
Yeah.
horde scare.
A horde scarab is they're horde scarabs are beetle-like creatures that through some feat of natural adaptation and alchemical ingenuity blend in perfectly amongst piles of gold coins. They feed on tiny mites that infest a dragon's scales and lair, and their painful bite can be strong enough to be a deterrent to would-be treasure thieves. Horde scarabs also produce a glittering metallic dust from their wings that coats intruders who get too close to them. The magic of this dust allows the lair's draconic owner to sense these intruders' location as they move about the lair.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
Golden
Meaning
beetles.
Castle case would not work.
Yeah, golden beetles that look like gold coins.
To get a colony.
If you look on the stream, by the way, here's what a horde mimic looks like.
Wait, let me see. Oh.
And here's what a mimic colony looks like. I'm going to also post it in the server.
Ah,
Yeah.
unfortunately you cannot.
Where is it?
Yeah, that's my question. Where is it?
I'm posting on the server right now.
Oh, the whole house thing? Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. That's basically a mimic colony.
Yeah.
They'll did it's probably witches or something.
To be fair, those are people living in peace alongside the mimics.
Yeah. The way mimics work is if you can set up a form of trade with those mimics, then it's possible that you can literally have a permanent ally on your side.
Like
Yeah.
them living on a farm side, that's honestly a good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
It is stated, by the way, that mimics. Okay, as players, mind if I read out the stuff about mimic colonies because I found these super interesting.
I don't
Oh,
mind. Really?
I love mimics. They're very nice races, and they're a very nice monstrous race.
Mimics imitate terrain and dungeon dressing to hunt for food. Rare specimens develop a deeper understanding of the world and can communicate with other creatures. In extremely rare cases, groups of these creatures band together, creating colonies. In extremely rare cases, I read that. These bonded mimics cooperate to create larger objects that any lone mimic could approximate. Than any lone mimic could approximate. A mimic colony can work together to form buildings, bridges, crystal formations, cliff faces, statues, nearly anything it desires. Entire villages appearing out of nowhere might be composed of mimics.
Yeah.
Mimic communication. Members of the colony develop telepathy and the ability to speak. While within 10 miles of the colony, any mimic can communicate telepathically with other creatures within 120 feet of it and can speak common and undercommon fluently. I'm changing that to be as long as they're on the same plane instead of just within
Fair.
10 miles.
Fair.
Alright.
And they speak common and undercommon, but the colony's offspring gain these abilities innately and can use them away from the colony, as shown in the juvenile mimic stat block. Confronting a colony. A mimic colony's primary goal is survival. If threatened by a force the mimics can't overcome, they are willing to bargain. So they considered you guys to be a force they could not overcome.
Whoa. Oh. Here.
Whoa.
Okay.
And that's because, compared to average people, you guys are exceptional in their eyes in terms of capability.
I mean, it's still
Yeah.
a CR12, but
Yeah, it's a CEO.
Oh,
But here's the thing,
Yeah,
they figured that probably a good third or half of their mimics would be killed in the process of trying to deal with you guys. And that's unacceptable losses for the colony.
Yeah.
Gotcha. The survival instinct. What a thought.
And yeah, it has a bunch of lair actions and stuff. So basically, that's what they did here. Is it was bargaining. They're basically saying, "Hey, do you have food for us? No. Are you here to kill us? Yes. Please don't kill us. Please leave." It. That sort of
Fair
thing.
enough. No,
Yeah.
fair enough.
These are actually civil mimics.
No, it's like
Wow,
honestly,
I
they're
never
civil
thought
mimics.
they were-
Those are
Here's
two
a-
words that
Now,
that
here's
before today
something.
I would have never thought to put together.
Right?
Now, here's something that would be very interesting and very fun to do. If at any point that we start to build up our own base, we could literally make a trade where this mimic becomes our new base.
Oh, not living in.
You would
this-
have to
oh.
transport it, but yeah. Also, keep in mind, it says that mimic colonies join together to form things. So that means that this giant mimic that you're seeing is actually made of like 3 dozen actual other smaller mimics
Yeah.
working together.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you could find a mimic colony and have them become allies, then again you have base, you have many things.
I'm going to say I don't have a specific number in mind for how many mimics are here. I'd have to calculate it out, but it's well over 40.
Oof.
If not, probably closer to 70, depending. Either way, it would not have been an easy fight. But I don't think you
Yeah.
guys would have TPK'd. I don't think you guys would have TPK'd. Just because... as long as-
Really? Against
The reason
40?
why is because I figure once you knew shit went down, you guys would try to leave as fast as you could. That was why I was thinking that. It's like, oh hey, you guys might get smacked really hard and then run away.
Yeah, no, we're smart. We're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna fuck with this.
Right.
No, we're competent.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and say the stream's over at this point. I was just
Yeah.
hanging out talking about this.
Yes, I'm gonna go raid.
Yeah.
I haven't actually officially ended the stream. Let me go ahead and end my recording.
Yeah.
Thank you
I'm
everyone
sorry,
for
I gotta
watching.
get going.
If indeed you still are, I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay,
Let me.
time to go raid somebody, and yeah, that's the end of the stream. This is fun.
Oh, I
that
love
was
this.
a surprise.
Yeah, it went from we're gonna go and find mimics to we're going to converse with mimics. We have now done a trade with mimics.
The entire building of mimics. Well, why do you think I was kind of smiling when you guys said, "Oh, you're gonna go deal with mimics"? I went, "Okay, cool." I like that you thought that would be the easiest of them.
Yeah, the one that felt least threatening was arguably the most threatening one.
Also,
Yeah.
Blue app's name is that a mimic? Oh right, you're hosting someone else's wedding game. But yeah, just what were you gonna say, Jaden?
Oh, nothing.
Alright, my stream is now officially done.
Okay, I'm gonna go raid the person that you raided. Blue.
Okay. They will not notice you right away because they do not have notifications.
Raid Terra Draka.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it only allows in-network raids, really?
It's in work.
Yes, I'm assuming they would have to follow you first.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Probably just for safety reasons or something.
Fair enough.
Guess I did have one question I just could not get out.
Sure.
Constructs count as items?
Constructs are...
We'll switch to our tag. We'll switch out to our tag.
They are well, they're not inanimate, but they are basically similar to objects, yes, but they are living objects.
What? Oh.
For example, Dread is a construct.
Yes.
Would you call Dread an item?
No.
Then there's your
And,
answer.
Okay. What about more like a more automaton thing? coolest thing.
I'll go raid Ryander. He's playing freaking Genshin. In fact.
Haha. That was a good session.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
We have 2 pet mimics. That is just great.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Yep.
helmet.
I have a
Yeah, but-
backpack that is bag of holding worthy.
Yeah. And I will say, by the way, these are intelligent because they have an intelligence of 10, a wisdom of 10, and... Sorry, they have a wisdom of 13, and intelligence of 10, and a charisma of 10. So, they are as
Whenever-
smart as a person.
I have to joke about it every time someone says intelligence of 10. Oh hey, they're more intelligent than Clocksworth.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
My dump stat was my intelligence.
Yo, stream.
Since a lot of the intelligence stats are based on knowledge, I felt it would be the most fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get going now. Bye, guys.
Yep, I'm going to get